Hello, this is Mole Man in the morning. Good Mole Man to you.
Hello, welcome to Mole Man in the morning.
Good Mole Man, good Mole Man, good Mole Man to you.
Wow, it was themed.
I try to theme them, but I
They
forget
are
sometimes.
themed. Mostly, yeah.
Mostly.
Hello, welcome back to Mole Man in the morning. I don't think I said those words right, but never mind, we'll go on anyway. We are a podcast about how The Simpsons has a lot to say about society. I am your host, John. I am joined, as ever, by my two co-hosts, Michael.
Adley ho, podcasterino.
And Matt.
Sweet, sweet Venus.
Oh, look who's decided to come back.
Well, I had to, I had things to do, and by that I mean I've already forgotten what I was doing. Oh, I was in York, that was it.
Valhalla wasn't good enough for you.
Fun question, were you in Valhalla while we were recording? Because I said you probably were, and I would potentially have put a small amount of money on it.
Oh, no, we actually didn't go to any
Damn.
pubs or anything while we were there this time.
Well, say goodbye to your thumbs, John.
Oh no. We are joined by our American sports correspondent once again. Mr. Fixxxer is back with us.
Howdy, partners.
Howdy indeed. We are going to look at Lisa on Ice. So we needed somebody who knows a little bit about ice hockey, because I don't know much about ice hockey. I don't know if my usual co-hosts know much about ice hockey.
Fuck
You?
all, mate.
You guys partake in ice hockey over there, don't you?
I was just going to mention that. Yeah, I've mentioned my brother is a tattoo artist, but I don't think I've mentioned that the guy he's like apprenticing under is a huge hockey fan. Like genuinely in the tattoo studio, he has a signed hockey stick on the wall. Like he loves hockey.
Today I learned you can play hockey on ice.
Oh my god, damn.
Yeah, I mean, like it's definitely a thing. We do have like a team of some note in Cardiff. We've got the Cardiff Devils are like reasonably popular. The kind of crowd I hang around with tends to watch the women's games because they're literally free to you just rock up and watch them. Cardiff Comets. Shout out to the Cardiff Comets. They're not very good. I have never seen them win a game yet.
Hey, but at least they've got enthusiasm.
They do. Go Comets.
And you will be such a glory supporter when they go on a run.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've always thought they were built for greatness, me. That's what John sounds like to me when they talk.
I like the fact that John became very butch for that.
Hey, welcome to Mole Man in Morning.
Getting more Yorkshire by the minute.
Absolutely. Although you're from East Riding, so you're not really Yorkshire.
I'm from North Riding.
I thought you were from East Riding.
North originally.
So you're from North Yorkshire?
I'm from North, spent a lot of time in the West, and most recently lived in the East, never touched the
All right.
South.
I thought you were from East Riding. All right, so you
No,
are a Yorkshire.
no.
All right, that's fine then.
It's an
how
acceptable
do you-
Yorkshire to you, is it?
How do you say... Well, it's got York in it. I feel like it'd be wrong of me to say that the place that contains York isn't part of Yorkshire. How do you say a non-binary Yorkshireman? Yorkshire them? I like Yorkshire them.
I've never
actually.
given this any consideration. Yeah, let's go with that, I suppose.
I like Yorkshire them.
Yorkshire them.
Yeah, that trademark, lad.
That's pretty great.
I would love it, yeah, if we had more proper Yorkshiremen that were also very accepting. So they didn't care what was between... Don't care what's between your legs, just care if you'd like a pint of Guinness. Or Stella, I suppose.
I'm sure we can find better beer than that in Yorkshire, but go on.
So it's quite a derailment.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It is. Before we derail it with more beer chat, also going to observe that we're also talking about Homer Badman today. Right, that's the episode's introduced. Now let's talk about beer. What's everyone drinking today?
I went to the shop earlier this morning, for my usual shopping, and was like, I'm going to get some beer from Sainsbury's. Forgot. So I walked up to Tesco and bought myself an Asahi, because there's not a great selection at the Tesco Extra. So I'm drinking an Asahi.
You are
You were a
creature of
proper
habit.
Yorkshireman. You would have got a Guinness.
I don't mind canned Guinness, but
No, I don't either.
it's Guinness is a lot, especially after the meal I just had. that I just scarfed down. I think drinking a Guinness would make me like die.
Yeah, that would be a lot. Yeah. Michael, got anything?
I am having an Eternal.
Oh, Northern Monk, very nice.
Yes, it's an old
Oh, so
faithful of ours.
you're back on the booze now because I know you've been off it for a while.
Well, it's a coping mechanism at the moment.
Oh my god.
Ah.
Probably inadvisable, but as long as it fuels a good podcast, I'm not going to discourage it.
Well,
I
we'll
don't
find
care
out
if you're having problems or an addiction. I just want the podcast to be good.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, no.
You get it.
We'll know if it worked in about 2 hours or so.
Yeah.
What's our guest having?
I do not consume alcohol like at all. Well, I shouldn't say at all because
Oh, wow.
there are some food recipes that call for some bourbon or some crap in it that I'll drink, but I mostly partake in Fresca. I don't think you guys got Fresca over there, do you?
No,
I managed to be in America for 3 months and not have a Fresca, so I will try my best to actually have one next time.
They're not terribly common. It's basically a sparkling citrus water.
Yeah, I hate sparkling water.
And they're pretty awesome because they can hit your pop or you guys use soda over there, right? Soda, not pop.
Yeah, we had this conversation. We had this conversation last time that I said pop, and you were very excited about that.
Yeah, it satisfies those pop/soda cravings, but it comes with 0 calories, so it's pretty awesome.
I've actually had that recently myself because I used to spend so much money on like Dr. Pepper and stuff and energy drinks, and if anyone that buys energy drinks on the regular knows, they're expensive. So I started buying gamer soaps because you hear so much about it if you watch YouTube, especially gaming YouTube. So I was like, fuck it, I'll give gamer soaps a try. And I did. It's great. I drink 1 over the course of a day instead of like 3 cans of something. And yeah, it satisfies those kind of like poppy, like sugary needs. And again, it has 0 sugar and 0 calories. This podcast is not sponsored, but it could be sponsored.
I've never heard of it before. I guess I don't watch that much gaming YouTube anymore. Nah, I guess I just like not moving in gaming circles these days, huh?
You don't really. I feel like you don't even play that many games anymore when I talk to you.
I've started replaying Disco Elysium.
Ooh, nice.
That's also where I'm at on gaming.
Have you tried the one that's made by some of the original developers, Esoteric Ebb, the D&D one?
I have not. I've not come across that one.
Yeah, it's came out a month ago. I've heard it's good, but I have heard that it kind of loses the whole fail a roll, but the story continues vibe. It's much more, you died, just reload, rather than you failed and thus you must continue on with your failure, which is a shame.
Yeah, you got to own your failures.
Absolutely. That's the whole point of Disco Elysium.
Kind of is, yeah. Yep. Been failing a lot of things in my second run. It's like really disheartening. I'm like, oh god, I'm terrible at everything.
What are you drinking, John?
Me, I have got the last of my weird Vault City ones. It's Cloudy Lemonade. It is a sour, as you might have guessed, lemonade flavored beer.
That sounds awful.
I thought you might say that.
Yep, it sounds awful.
Yep, that's sour.
That silence, and then the Homer absorbing his own face sound.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a good time, actually. Yeah, it's quite sour. I don't know.
Who could have thought a sour beer would taste sour?
Fucking wild.
Yep. Well, I've got to own my failures now and drink that.
Yep. Well, we had it the last time I was on with that whatever I was drinking last time, the pink elephant thing that wasn't.
Oh yeah.
Delirium. I'm drinking this out of a delirium glass.
Oh, lovely. I'm drinking mine out of a York Dungeon glass. Because thematic, and it's cool.
Right, before we launch into episodes, I did say I wanted to get plugs up front this time because people had things worth talking about. So we're going to do that before everybody tunes out. Please don't tune out. End of the last episode, I mentioned I would have a fundraiser for Mountain Rescue. That is up, that is live. Please go give money generously to that. I'm going to be hiking through the mountains at some point in May to raise money for the people who got me off the mountain last year. It is a good cause.
Sorry, it's to raise money for the awesome people that saved my life. I'm going to risk my life again.
Wait, what did I miss here?
A long time ago, they got stuck on a mountain and mountain rescue had to come and rescue them.
Yes.
What? Wait, where's this mountain located?
Wales. It's not that mountain. It's really not that big. It's quite anticlimactic, but
Large rolling hill.
It is a large rolling hill. Yeah, yeah. It was a very wet, muddy, foggy, large rolling hill.
Traveling through America has taught me one thing, though: that America is either flat or mountains. There are no hills in America. It's so strange. It's either completely flat or the Grand Canyon.
That's mostly true. Although the route you took, it did go through a lot of mountainous and flat terrain, so you picked like the right road to do it in.
Yeah, I mean, fucking Oklahoma is the flattest place. It's so boring.
I'm not even sure that's a state anymore.
No, I don't think it's even a place. I think
No.
we just crossed through a liminal space for like 8 hours.
Matt, tell the people about your cool project.
I'm in a fucking video game! Sorry, that's probably peaked the shit out of the recording. I mentioned this before, but Spooky Tales Volume 1, the trailer is out. You can go see it on Steam, or if you search YouTube, Spooky Tales Volume 1 teaser trailer. I am in it. I am the narrator. I am the host of a sort of essentially fictional TV show that talks about spooky tales. I am so unbelievably excited. I am in a video game that is going to be sold on Steam in October. Holy shit, this is so cool. I genuinely almost cried watching the trailer. This has been a long journey for me personally of actually doing something and being so proud of myself. I'm so happy, but I obviously as well, thank you to John and Michael as well. They've been very supportive for my like voice acting and stuff like that, and words of support have been everything. But yeah, Spooky Tales Volume 1, go check out the trailer. It's hilarious and spooky and great. So
Yeah,
please go
stick
check
a link
it
in the doobly-doo. People can go check that out.
yeah.
Fixxxer, do you want to promote your YouTube stuff or no?
Oh, sure. Fixxxer TV. That's 3 X's. FIXXX does not mean porn. No, does not.
It will when I come and visit.
Fixxxer TV. It's at YouTube. So, yep. Thank you.
That's what you look like?
Yep, that's
So
me.
I just Googled the channel. Yeah, there you go. I saw your face and was like, that's not what I was expecting.
I don't think I know what Fixxxer looks like. I only know the little robot guy.
It's just very out of context, that. Just all of a sudden, that's what you look like.
I like to play indie games and just strange games in general.
Oh, you played Dispatch? Yeah, I loved Dispatch. Dispatch was brilliant.
No, I did not play Dispatch. Are you going to someone else's channel? There is someone trying to be like me.
There's someone Fixxxer TV with 2 X's.
Yeah.
Oh, you're on the
so
wrong
weird.
Fixxxer.
Yeah, I gotta put a hit out
unsubscribing
on
from
that guy.
Fucking poser. That
Bunch of
fucking
baloney.
Poser. Oh yeah, so that isn't what you look like. All right then.
No. It's funny. You do not have to be a large YouTuber for other people to use your name and put channels up like yours and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry
That's
to say
wild.
you are the third Fixxxer with 3 X's to show up in the search results.
That is a bunch of crap, man.
There needs to be a battle royale at some point.
I've been around longer than all those bastards.
Why did I not know you were a gaming YouTuber when you first came on? Did I just not pay attention?
I don't know.
We must have discussed it. I don't know.
Maroke
should
and
play video
I
games.
have
I
done
love
some
video
stuff
games.
together in the past.
Yeah, we go way back.
Jesus Christ, we
Anyway,
haven't even started talking about Simpsons
We're 15
yet.
minutes in. We don't know what happened on this day. This day being November 13th, 1994, which is the day Lisa on Ice aired. Anything happening on this day?
Dale Earnhardt won the 44th NASCAR Sprint Cup.
Good for him.
A referendum was held in Sweden to join the European Union. 52.2% of the voters were in favour of joining.
They weren't in the European Union that long. Wait, how old is the European Union?
About
I thought it was like
70s.
so they held out for a while then.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Also,
surprising.
notably, very Brexit margins on that voting, though.
Yeah.
Michael Schumacher and Damon Hill famously collide on lap 35 of the season-ending Australian Grand Prix. Schumacher won his first Formula One title by 1 point.
Cool.
And that was because he fucking crashed into his competition.
Yep, he did it blatantly and obviously. It's still one of the best troll moves of Formula One of all time. Look to the music. US #1. Guess who's still making love to us? Yep, but that's Boys to Men.
They ain't going anywhere.
Yeah, well, we'll get to the twist in the story next one. And UK #1, Baby Come Back by Pato Banton. I believe that's a dance floor number.
Was Boys to Men big over there, you guys?
A little bit, but not really.
It was UK #1, but it was not UK #1 as long as it was in the States.
Yeah, they were #1 for quite a while.
Yeah, at the start of the season, I did kind of look at the upcoming #1s, and Boys to Men are #1 in the US for most of this season of The Simpsons.
Jesus.
They put out a couple bangers in a row, yep.
Yep, they were big in the 90s.
Apparently so.
Shall I finally talk about the episode?
Yeah, let's talk about some Simpsons. How about we do that? 18 minutes in.
Okay, our chalkboard gag. I will not dissect things unless instructed.
That's so dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is part of cutting up?
I don't really want to know, if I'm honest.
I mean, there was a joke in the previous episode that would possibly hint at it with the hamster, but that would really sour my opinion on Bart.
That is super dark, yeah.
Yeah, that would
the hamster was
sour
shown
my
to be
opinion.
alive, so let's bear this in mind.
Maybe it had a sibling.
Oh, God.
Emphasis on had.
And the couch gag, which apparently this week we learned in current Simpsons they're planning to do away with completely, is the Simpsons family sitting on the couch and bouncing into the ceiling.
Pretty good. I got a chuckle.
Wait, so are they going to keep the chalkboard gags but get rid of the couch gags?
I believe so, yes. I think
That's
they just,
fucking stupid.
I think in modern Simpsons, there's like a bunch of different gags in the intro as well these days, though, isn't there?
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a lot more happening these days than there is in the normal ones. I think they just got sick of coming up with stuff.
Fair enough. I guess
They're
it's
coming
a
up with stuff,
limited.
so they put 5 more gags in.
It's a
Yep.
it's a limited format. Is the couch gag? It's amazing
Yeah.
that they managed to get 20 years out of it.
Yeah.
It's impressive. The episode starts with outside, it's snowing, and it's time for Channel 6 news. And Bart comments that the Action News is the last place an impressionable kid can go for TV violence.
It's true.
It begins with a series of explosions taking place, just to make you know that it's action. And Ken Brockman literally leaps into his chair as he's
I
announced.
love this.
love that.
It was so good. I would love a news channel that was just this needlessly intense.
Just leaping into the chair slightly out of breath because it's action. Hello, I'm Ken Brockman.
So Ken Brockman reveals that there's been a tremendous explosion in the price of lumber, and that President Reagan has dyed his hair.
See, this is normal news to me. You guys are saying that you wish you had this. I grew up on this.
Wait,
Yeah, I
no,
can imagine Fox
we don't
News is
present
kind of
this
like this. I can imagine this is what Fox News is like, just in general.
There was no Fox News. Wait, when did this air? Was it 2003 use or not? 1993 or 92?
94.
94?
94.
I don't think Fox existed yet.
Oh, wow.
I mean, this was broadcast on Fox, right?
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
but not
Fox News
You mean
specifically,
Fox
do you mean?
News?
Or...
yeah, I'm speaking Fox News specifically.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he did an oh god, who owned it? Rupert Murdoch, didn't he
Murdoch.
create it as like account of because he was annoyed with the way current news was presenting? Or am I just making this up?
By telling
yeah.
the truth.
Looks like Fox
yeah, no
News
kidding, yeah.
started October 7th, 1996.
Jesus. I did
Damn.
not realize that. I seem to
Yeah.
have been around longer than that.
Yeah, we've learned something today.
I'm getting really tired of how the news just reports facts and not my opinions that promote my president.
Well, get yourself $1 billion and you can do something about that.
I'm working on it.
Yep.
But first, make sure your news has a decent weather department so you can check on the death count for the killer storm mowing down us like a shotgun full of snow.
I love the like spinny thing, and then it just goes to 0.
Yes, the death count is on 0, but it's about to shoot right up.
It's ready to shoot right up.
This prompts Ken Brockman to declare, "Oh my god," and start shaking his fist at the heavens and go, "Damn you, snow!"
Damn you, Snow. Oh, it's great. I love it.
Bart is very happy about this and immediately burns his homework because he thinks there'll be no school tomorrow.
Yeah, he just yeets an entire book.
Is this the
Yeah,
same
that-
shot of the book landing in the fireplace they've used twice before?
I hope so. I hope so.
Issa points out that the weatherman might be wrong, but Bart says that man is a professional meteorologist. Meteorologist at that point does his own self-plug to say that he's got his own comedy show at the Laugh and Boo, and promises that there's a 75% chance of hilarity. Homer likes those odds.
I like those odds.
We cut to the next morning, and Lisa throws a snowball into Bart's face and declares it's snowball fight time. Bart literally chases her down the stairs and says she's going to eat a blizzard of. Then looks around and notices that it's completely
unseasonably
gloriously.
warm weather.
Lisa then points out she made the snowball out of the freezer, and all the kids in the neighborhood laugh at Bart. Jimbo taunts Bart by asking if his mommy bought his PJs, and Bart's response is, "Of course she did. Who else
would have?"
That's very good. Love that.
That was one of those bits that I'd been waiting for since we started the podcast, was to see that bit because I didn't know what episode it's from. And yeah, I love that bit. It's so good.
Jimbo's response to this is just to look at the thumb plus for a second and go, "You win this round."
You win this round, boy.
We cut to the classroom, and Mrs. Krabappel says it's book report time, and they'll start A through M. And Bart is very happy because he's a Sister Simpson. So there are no A's, so we're going straight to B's. So that's Bart because she's going by first names. Bart tries to tentatively explain he hasn't done it, but then Skinner goes over to the PA to announce that he's his principal, Skinner, the principal, with a message from the principal's office.
What is he doing with this?
Yeah, what was this bit?
What was
I thought
that?
it was going to be that he was just doing an absurdly long message that was so long the class would end.
That must have been like a bet with the writers or something to say how many times we get the word principal in.
Maybe, yeah.
No,
It just kept
very
going.
strange.
I think it's more of an awkwardness of a principal using the PA system, which is pretty common.
Did you in your American schools did they have like PA systems and stuff?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
They would do the Pledge of Allegiance over the PA system and all that stuff.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's creepy looking back on it.
The whole Pledge of Allegiance thing in general for like schools is wild to me.
Yep, it is.
But then again, it's the same time I went to a school where we sang religious songs in assembly every morning. Like we sang like He's Got the Whole World in His Hand and songs like that every morning. So
Yeah, Church of England schools got their own weird stuff going on for sure. Yeah.
Skinner asks the kids to go to the Butthead Memorial Auditorium, at which point Skinner takes himself off the mic and goes, "I wish we hadn't let the students name that."
that was some serious prediction of Boaty McButtface right there.
Is this just them picking a silly name, or is this specifically a reference to Beavis and Butthead? I'm not clear on that one.
Oh, I don't know if
Beavis
it's
and Butthead are dead, are they?
Yeah, I don't know if it's a reference to that. I just think it's funny that again, like Simpsons being weirdly prescient, because yeah, when kids got to name a boat, it was named Boaty McButtface.
Yes,
and that's
yeah.
brilliant.
It looks like Beavis and Butthead came out a year later,
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, a year later. Wait, really?
but it didn't start out that way. Beavis and Butthead was a short on MTV first, on Liquid Television.
because it used to like introduce the next music video kind of thing.
Oh,
Well,
right.
Maybe he died in one of them.
they had Liquid Television, which was like a half-hour block of like 4-minute cartoons, and there was actually a lot of neat creative stuff. That's where they were born, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, as far as I'm aware.
Okay.
It blows my mind that they're supposed to be like 13, 14. You look at Beavis and Butthead and you're just like, those guys are 25 minimum.
I've never actually watched it, so like I don't really like know.
You're not
a great
missing
deal
out.
about it. Yeah, I never got the impression I was missing much either. I mean, I do normally like a lot of Mike Judge stuff, but also this seemed a bit lowbrow, even by Mike Judge's standards.
It's no Hank Hill, I'll tell you.
Yeah, exactly. Hank Hill's great. Love Hank Hill.
Dang it, Bobby.
Did you? I don't want to derail it too much, but I rather
please do.
enjoyed the newest season of that.
I've heard good things about it. I do need to check that out.
It was.
I've watched a couple of episodes of it. I thought it was all right.
Yeah, I was shocked how well they handled Bobby. I thought they were going to have Bobby as a complete mess because it was a complete mess, but Bobby ended up being like the adult in the room, and he was very. I don't know. I thought he was very well developed. I was impressed.
I've heard that as well. Yeah, yeah. I've not watched much King of the Hill in general, but it does seem like a very relaxed, irreverent show. You know, like it manages to. It's similar to Simpsons in the sense that it like parodies American culture and modern at the time politics, but in a very different way to Simpsons in the sense that it's much more laid back and chill, except for Pocket Sand.
Oh dear.
Pocket Sand.
Skinner is in the auditorium and announces that he's going to be giving out academic alerts, which are just big yellow slips they'll give to students when their grades start to slip in a subject. This way, parents don't have to wait to punish them.
That's such a Skinner idea.
Apparently based on something that one of the writers, actually, that's what they did at his school. So,
Wow.
based on a real one.
Mine calls it innovative, and this prompts Kearney to ask the dwarf to put a memo in his Newton to beat up mine. He does put it in, but it changes the wording to eat up Martha. This prompts Kearney to throw the thing at Martin's head.
I really like old school sitcoms and shows making fun of, at the time, modern technology. I think that's brilliant because obviously we have jokes now about, you know, iPhones, MacBooks, or computers in general and whatever. But there was something so great about the joke in at least every sitcom at least once of modern technology not working. Like the Newton that he's using, the writing to text thing would just never work. Voice recognition would never work. And you don't have as many opportunities to do that kind of humor anymore because as much as
it works.
as much as modern technology is infuriating, it does tend to do what it says it's going to do. Whereas,
I mean, this gag specifically was very much an incentive for Apple when they were developing the iPhone to like do better about like making sure it actually accepted inputs correctly.
yeah, no, I'm not surprised.
So thanks for that, Kearney.
Yeah.
The first kid called up is Ralph, who comes up declaring that he won. But nope, he's failing English. Ralph's response to this is, me fail English? That's
impossible.
Nelson's doing well in history. Nelson's failing history, geography, and math, but he's doing all right in home ec, which of course embarrasses him.
Yeah, keep it down, man.
So Skinner then calls the name Simpson, which makes Bart nervous, and then it's revealed that it's actually Lisa. The whole auditorium is shocked as Lisa wonders, because grades are all that she has, what on earth could she be failing? Turns out she's failing gym. She declares that's the stupidest thing that she's ever heard, balls up the card, tries to throw it, and completely misses the can.
Many questions. Again, all of these are answered by for the bit, but why is there a bin on the stage? Why is that bin full of stuff?
That's for the plot.
Yeah.
Hey.
The plot bin. Also, again, mentioning that this is sort of like a running gag in multiple shows. So many shows, especially kids' cartoons, did the "you're failing gym" bit.
Oh yeah, it's a popular thing.
It's very popular, yeah. As, you know, and it's very relatable, I imagine, to kids that are, you know, sitting in watching cartoons instead of outside playing. But yeah, it's fun. I like that though. I think it's interesting that so many old school TV shows would, I'm not going to say iterate, but they would all have these similar gags, and it would be interesting to see how The Simpsons would tackle failing Jim as opposed to, again, like Bobby failing Jim in King of the Hill. And it didn't feel cheap. It didn't feel like stealing jokes because everyone obviously had a very different, like, there isn't another cartoon where they were failing Jim, so they decided to kick the shit out of their brother on the hockey field. Do you know what I mean? Whereas modern, admittedly, I don't watch a lot of modern sitcoms, but I don't feel like modern sitcoms do that quite as much. I don't think they riff on each other quite in the same way.
This was 100% nerd bashing. That was big in the 80s and 90s. Mm-hmm. That was, the whole you're bad at gym. That was absolutely nerd bashing.
Yeah. Well, nerds deserve it.
We sure do.
Says the guy voicing a character in a video game.
Minor, completely irrelevant detail, but Lisa probably not very good at throwing there because she does use her non-dominant hand.
And it's also paper.
Wait, did you notice that?
She throws with her left hand, but later she's shown using the hockey stick right-handed.
Oh, that's crazy that you noticed that.
I didn't. I've just done a lot of research into this episode since watching it. Other people have noticed it. I'm just stealing their valor.
All right, that makes sense.
We go back to the Simpsons kitchen, and Marge is signing the merit and asking Lisa to try harder. Homer signs all of Bart's without any complaint and says he's proud of him for not forging his name. So asks him if he wants a present, and Bart wants a new pair of hockey skates, and Homer says done. Lisa asks why Bart's getting a present and she's getting chewed out. Homer's response is, the mysteries of life.
Mysteries of life. And then he just sits there.
It is interesting that this is another episode, like with Bart's girlfriend, where there's not really particularly anything in the way of a B plot here, but like it doesn't feel like it's missing it the same way this time.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like, this episode flows a bit better.
So Lisa meets a school teacher, and the school teacher tells her that she won't fail as long as she joins a Pee-wee team. So Lisa's response to this is, you mean those leagues where parents push their kids into vicious competition to compensate for their own failed dreams of glory?
Ooh, right on the nose.
The teacher's response to this is, I don't need this, I inhaled my whistle this morning.
Also, as far as I'm aware, first time we've seen this character, which is surprising. Like,
I think she's... I don't know if we'll ever see her again either, so...
But that's my point, is like, it's surprising that they didn't just use Ms. Honey... Whatever she's called? Honeyweather? What's she fucking called? Lisa's homeroom teacher.
Miss Hoover.
Miss Hoover! There you go.
Where the hell did Honey Bundle come
I don't... Look, I don't think about what I say.
So, Lisa attends tryouts at the Springfield Youth Centre, and she goes to the basketball tryouts, and the other kids are dribbling the ball, and Lisa's dribbling with her face.
Hey, I mean, it's effective.
So we come to the volleyball tryouts, and the volleyball hits Lisa on the head and bursts on her hair.
I was fucking howling. This was so fucking funny and simple.
So the coach comes over and reveals that was the only ball, so there'll be no
There's
team
no
this year.
team this year. Oh, that was so good. That was so funny.
So-
I loved that.
Did you guys, so back then, and I'm sure it's probably not too different now, women's sports didn't get the same funding as men's sports, like not even
God,
close. So I don't, was it the same way in England for you guys?
In
school?
my school, it was pretty even, but my school was a sports school, so they got a lot of funding anyway. So I think my school was more of an outlier, to be honest. Like any team we had, the school would then encourage a girls' version of the team or just a unisex team. So I think I'm an outlier, but because I genuinely don't know about other schools.
I mean, I feel like our school had different stuff for the boys and girls, but like I feel like equal emphasis on both. Like the boys played rugby, the girls played hockey, kind of thing. But
I went to an all boys high school, so it wasn't really.
How
an
were the
issue.
girls treated there?
They were shot on sight.
You're not allowed to be in here. You might give the boys thoughts.
Yeah, that was pretty much the idea. So we come back to Lisa, and Lisa's now sobbing because she thinks she's going to get her first F, and Marge tries to cheer up by saying, sports is a very small part of life. This prompts Homer to walk in chanting sports.
sports,
I mean,
sports.
it is kind of funny, isn't it? Yeah, it's like outside of America, that joke probably wouldn't land quite as well because in America, even then, sports was fucking king. It is to some extent over here, but like in England, it's mostly just football is the like. I feel like only football is the one that gets the same level of enthusiasm as every sport in America.
People go a bit mad at cricket when it's Ashes time, so...
Yeah, like for big championships, they're like things. I mean, I'm in Wales,
guess,
so
yeah.
rugby's like everywhere and constant. Like that is the
People
Wales thing. But
But no one goes
so
to
Wimbledon,
cricket
don't
for
they?
the sport. People go to cricket for the alcohol, and they go to tennis for the strawberries and cream.
Next, you're going to tell me that's the same for darts.
Oh, never. No, darts is the true man's sport.
and I go to the Comets games to watch them lose every time.
Yeah. Fixxxer, a question. I think I asked this question last time we were on as well because we were talking about baseball.
Yeah.
People mostly go to baseball for the booze and hot dogs, right?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
went to
yeah.
the World Baseball Classic that just happened earlier this year.
Why?
And I can attest, yes, they very much enjoy the alcohol.
My girlfriend does not like hot dogs, but she loves baseball hot dogs. So they must make them different.
Okay.
And, in fact,
Baseball hot dogs.
I went the game I went to. I had a hot dog, and they had like a really unique hot dog, and then I recreated it at home. It's called a Crawford dog, and it's 2 charbroiled hot dogs with bacon jam on it, and the bacon jam's got like you could put like a bourbon in it or something like that.
Oh damn, that looks.
Have you ever had
good.
bacon jam?
No, but I
No,
want to
I've
now.
never heard of bacon jam.
It's
What the hell are they
caramelized
jamming
onion,
these days?
caramelized onions and bacon.
Oh my god, that looks delicious. That looks like it kind of gives me chutney vibes.
Yeah, I guess. They put it on their dogs with mustard, and so I came home, I looked up some bacon jam recipes, and I tried it out, and oh my god, it was delicious.
Are you a bacon jam household now? You just make bacon jam all the time.
Yes, and a patch of bacon jam could take a couple hours to make. It's a bit of a pain in the butt, but it's delicious.
I see someone's put it on an American biscuit in one of the Google images, and that could improve one of the worst fucking concoctions on the planet that is the American biscuit. I'm coming for you, Americans. I've had one. They're shit. They're fucking disgusting. I hate them.
Really?
It is. Imagine just taking a bite out of bread, but at the same time, someone threw salt in your face. That's what eating a fucking American biscuit is like.
Wow.
It's just fucking salty bread. It's unpleasant.
Wait. What's a biscuit?
Like an American biscuit. I don't know. You guys call them a biscuit.
Oh, you're talking about our biscuits, not your biscuits. Gotcha.
Yeah, American biscuit. Yeah, because we call biscuit something very like what we call a biscuit is very different to what you guys call a biscuit.
Right. Biscuits can be hit or miss for sure, but we make good ones in some places.
I had grits for the first time in America.
Dude, a
That
good
was
batch of
interesting.
grits, it's delicious.
Well, this wasn't a good batch of grits,
Uh-oh.
so I committed the cardinal sin of putting marmalade in it, and I mixed marmalade in it, and it was fucking delicious. It was
That
awesome.
Marmalade, really?
Yeah, hell yeah,
Wow.
brother. I had it in Virginia. We stopped at this awesome little like breakfast place, and my food came with a side of grits because I wanted to try grits. And then I was just like, this is awful. This is like snot. So I mixed in some marmalade, and it was just like porridge with marmalade. It was fucking awesome.
And marmalade's a little weird, but I can't judge. Grits is kind of like a porridge in a way.
Yeah.
I've got the Wikipedia page up for it. Yeah, it doesn't look appetizing. Yeah, corn porridge by the sounds of it.
Mm-hmm.
On average, it's not very good, but I've been to a place where they've served amazing grits, so it can be hit and miss
Oh,
as
I
well.
bet, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I was having a little, like, breakfast bistro-y place. They're not going to be known for their grits. So I'm sure if I went to somewhere that made good grits, I wouldn't need to mix marmalade in it.
Yeah, they're popular in the South, and I don't think you technically. Well, you skip through Texas. They do grits in Texas.
I had country fried steak in Texas, and that
Yeah.
was wild.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Delicious, but weird.
It's
Because
popular. Yeah.
It's not a mixing of flavors. It's not like, it's steak enhanced by country fried breading. It is, you taste the country fry, which is basically like the skin off of fried chicken. You taste that, and then you taste steak. There is no blending.
That's an apt description.
But it's delicious. Fucking awesome. But I'm a fucking dustbin. I'll eat anything. I love food. Let's hear it for food, guys. Woo.
Oh yeah.
Go food.
Love food. Yeah,
Let's
we
go.
almost say we need it to live.
Gotta be one of my favorite things to eat.
Second is pennies.
And that's the food review version of this podcast.
I'm so sorry. Please carry on.
No. I like that. I like that the conclusion of that segment was, I like food.
Let's hear it for food. Guys. Shout out in the comments if you like food.
We are 40 minutes into the podcast and 5 minutes into the episode.
Oh my god. Right, come on. Let's do this.
I
I'm so
want to
sorry.
learn more about grits.
No, I refuse. Let's continue.
Please do write in if you've had marmalade with grits, and if you're in America, tell Matt how much of a heathen he is. He enjoys hearing
Absolutely.
it.
Oh yeah, let's get some biscuit opinions in the comments.
Tell us where we
yeah.
can get good biscuits. We'll import them and make Matt eat them on the podcast.
I will. I'll do it.
What the hell will we? Oh, okay, yeah. So, Homer came in chanting sports. Yep. He tells Marge that Bart's going to ride up front because he's good at sports. Marge then says that Lisa needs to feel a bit special and says, can she ride up front too? Homer looks at Bart, just shakes his head, and Homer goes, yeah, I tried.
I tried, yeah. I love that Bart's the deciding factor. She's like, no, she don't get to.
So Lisa's in the back seat as they're driving, and Homer tells Bart to have fun out there, and if he loses, he'll kill him. And everyone laughs because they think Homer's joking. They might come back to Homer, and Homer clenches his fist.
The fist, yeah. And Bart's just like, ah!
It's very funny.
Fixxxer, did you have any of this kind of like pressure when you were a sprog for doing sport when you were young?
No, because I wasn't very good.
Ah, okay. So they didn't expect great things from you. They were just like, just go out there and
No, I was on
Be
I
there.
got pressured on the science team, and
Good
Ooh.
lord.
yes, at the end of high school, I got the science award, and nobody told me, so I didn't show up to like the end of the year awards thing.
Oh,
And
God.
Apparently, the science teacher was up there, and they're like, we're presenting the science award to Fixxxer, and he started crying and talking about it, and then they're like, we're waiting for him to come up, and I was not there. I didn't learn about this.
Amazing.
I didn't learn
That's
about it
so
until the
good.
next day. So no, I was bad at
That's
sports.
great.
I was good at science.
Ah,
We got to the hockey rink, and we see that Chief Wiggum is Bart's coach, and the Mighty Pigs. Guess where they got that from?
oh, I wonder.
And they're playing the Quickie Mark Gougers.
Quickie Mark Gouges was good. I liked that.
See that Millhouse is in goal, and he says he could have been the equipment manager, but no. Bart then full-on flashes the puck into his face, and everyone kind of winces, except Apu, and goes, who notices that the goalkeeper can't stand up, and then goes, get some rope.
Get some rope, and they just fucking they hang, draw, and quarter him there.
Yeah, he is proper lashed to that goal frame.
Yeah, that one's apparently parodying a story of the Springfield Indians owner Eddie Shaw allegedly tied his players to post to teach his goalies to stay in the crease.
Good lord.
That doesn't teach you anything, though. That you're just forced to be there.
It is also just, I find it weird how much of this is inspired by both the Springfield Indians and the Springfield Kings team, which I think is the same team, actually, to change their name, but like also Springfield.
Yeah, I wonder why they had to
How
change
about
their
that?
name.
It's just fascinating that all this hockey stuff comes from like real Springfield
Wait,
based
there's two.
hockey teams.
There's two Springfields. I told you this. I passed by one
America?
of them on Route 66, but
There's a lot
multiple
more than
Springfield.
two. Oh yeah.
I only saw signs for two on Route 66.
Oh,
We stopped
on
by
Route
the bookies in Spring. Yeah, we stopped by the bookies, in the Springfield bookies on Route 66, and then we saw a sign for another Springfield.
This
Oh,
is
that's cool.
Springfield, Massachusetts, specifically. The Indians
I don't think we passed
slash
through that.
Whatever, the other one was Kings. Yeah, they were the Indians, then the Syracuse Warriors, then the Indians again, then Kings, then back to Indians. And they've been a bunch of different names.
Did they ever determine what state their Springfield is set in? I know they were wishy-washy about that. I don't know if they ever determined.
I thought we established it was in Peru.
It's in Peru.
We've got a running joke on the podcast that it's Peru because there was a vulture in one episode and that the specific species that could only be found in Peru. But yeah, no, they're very, very non-specific about the actual state.
We did get a better idea because of Four Corners Monument. So in Springfield, at one point, they passed by the Five Corners Monument, which obviously doesn't exist. But the Four Corners is Utah, New Mexico, Arizona, and Colorado.
Yeah.
So we think it's meant to be maybe in that area. But beyond that, Matt Groening has been very vehement that it is not based on any one state in America.
It's a pretty generic city name.
Yeah, that's probably why it's chosen. Yeah, it's not to derail things too much, but it's kind of like Hot Fuzz being set in Sanford, and it's like the most common name in like rural England.
Springfield town in Springfield state, whose capital city is Capital City.
Yep,
Very good.
There's an accurate description. Yep.
You're welcome.
Back at the hockey rink, everybody kind of gets into a pile-up, and the puck slowly goes towards Millhouse and tries to blow it away. This annoys Apu that calls for
that blowing?
defense. the defense doesn't work as it hopelessly slides through his legs, and the referee blows his whistle.
He could have tried harder. He still had his stick in his hand. He could have blocked that.
I was thinking that.
Oh, he could have followed Apu's advice and blown harder.
That too. Yeah.
So Chief Wiggum is celebrating because they won, but unfortunately he bet on the other team, so there's no pizza.
Yeah, I thought that was good.
So Hom congratulates Bart after the game and keeps his side of the arrangement, which is to return Bart's turtle alive.
God, that was dark. That was dark. It took me a second to understand what he actually meant. I thought he at first meant he just bought him a turtle, but no, he meant that he was going to kill his turtle.
So Bart asks Lisa for some adulation, and Lisa sarcastically says she was impressed he gave Milhouse a concussion. This prompts Bart to start using his hockey stick to fire garbage at her because she stinks at sports. Lisa starts batting it away, and Apu, after he's untied Milhouse, notices Lisa's skill, and he wonders if it can transfer to the hockey game. Apu decides that the best way to find this out is to launch a puck at Lisa at full pelt.
Fixxxer, do you know anyone that's been hit by a hockey puck?
I got a nasty story, but before I go into that story, I also played hockey as a goalie, and the quick reaction timing is like a different skill, and I was actually a decent goalie, but bad skating and whatnot. So I find it funny that Lisa ended up being a goaltender. But yes, my uncle has he was playing hockey on a lake, on a frozen lake. Oh, of course it's frozen. He got hit with a
It'd be impressive
stick.
if it wasn't
I know.
frozen, actually.
He got hit with a stick right below his eye, and his eye popped out.
Oh.
Yep.
Ooh.
And he
Don't like
walked
that.
home. He walked home and was like, "Mom, I lost my eye." Yes.
That's how you open
I
the conversation.
shouldn't laugh, but that's really fucking funny.
Yep. So not a puck, but a stick.
That's brutal. That I do
Ooh,
actually weirdly have
wow.
a similar story. I was not sports related, but I was walking home and I picked up a piece of an old ironing board that was on like the field that I used to walk across to get home, and I just yeeted it because I was a young teenager. I was just like, I was like throwing things, so I picked it up and yeeted it, and didn't think anything of it. And then when I started walking down my street, I noticed I felt funny, and then I looked down and saw blood, and then looked behind me and saw a trail of blood down the street to where I was stood, and I looked at my hand and I'd cut my entire hand open. So then I just put my hand in the air to stop the bleeding and just walked home, and then bandaged myself up and never told my parents.
God.
Because I'd right up the middle of my hand, sliced my hand open,
Jesus.
and was covered in cuts. So I had plasters and bandages all over my hand. And my parents were like, "What happened?" And I was just like, "I fell."
And that's how you got tetanus.
Yeah, I was wondering that.
It is amazing that I still have my hand, to be honest.
Well, so speaking of hands, Lisa's worked perfectly as she's able to catch the puck.
Ooh.
Apu declares her the goalkeeper of her dreams, but then says, we'll have a
One more try, a hard one to test if it wasn't a fluke.
fluke. So, but then to come back and Apu is firing pucks at Lisa full force, and Lisa knocks him away. Then we just hear the sound of someone being hit and the sound of teeth coming out of someone's mouth, and Milhouse goes, my teeth. Apu's response is, yeah, that's it, Milhouse, keep up the chatter.
Yeah.
I have lore.
Oh dear. You have law?
I have lore. I can chime in with lore on what's going on with Lisa here. And this was in 94, right? This aired, you said, in 94?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 2 years prior, so you already had the Mighty Ducks reference in there, right?
Yeah.
2 years prior, in 1992, I was alive and well during this. I remember this happening. There was a woman hockey player that played in the preseason for a pro team here in America.
Mm-hmm.
She was French. Her name was Manon Rhéaume. She played for the Tampa Bay Lightning in the preseason. She only played, I don't even think she played a full game. It was like a one period or something like that. But it was the first time ever that a woman played a men's major league hockey game. And it hasn't happened since either. But they, some women have played in some of the minor leagues, and most of them are goalies. Manon Rhéaume was a goalie. She is the first woman to ever have her name and face on a hockey card.
That's cool.
So
Ooh.
that was kind of fresh in everybody's minds when this episode happened. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think that was very much part of the inspiration behind this as well. For researching this, Sports Illustrated have got like quite a long article on this episode of The Simpsons and how it ties into ice hockey, and it touched on that story.
Man,
so
that's
yeah,
wild that Simpsons was ever so influential that it had like articles in sports. Remember when Simpsons was a fucking global phenomenon? That's fucking wild, man.
This article was written in 2019.
What? Fuck me, man. Jesus.
I guess at that point that would make this like the 25th anniversary of this episode when they wrote this.
Damn.
Well, women's hockey for the past 5 or 6 years, women's hockey is getting a lot more popular, especially here in the States. We got our own pro women's league and everything that started 3 years ago.
Damn, nice.
Nice.
Oh, so Homer would not be a fan of that. Because it does
I
actually
appreciate the
perfectly
segue. Go on.
it perfectly ties in, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, as Homer points out too, that the Bible has taught us nothing, and it hasn't. But girls should stick to girl sports, such as hot oil wrestling and foxy boxing. Marge points out that women should be able to play any sport men can, but hockey is so violent, and then points this out by showing off Milhouse's teeth. And,
Why does she
Bart's
have them, bro?
Yes.
Why does she
Bart's-
have his teeth?
Bart's response is, please stop showing those. Lisa says she's got to join the team, or she'll get an F that will haunt her for the rest of her life. We then see future Lisa's about to be made president of the United States before a reporter stops the inauguration with the failed F in gym class, and Lisa is sentenced to a lifetime of horror on Monster Island, which is just a name.
Unrealistic.
This is great.
No, I love this, but yeah.
And then we come back and Lisa is being chased by said monsters. She points out that he said it was just a name. The guy next to her says it actually meant that Monster Island is a peninsula rather than an island.
Monster Island is just a peninsula. It's so good. I loved it.
The fort is broken up by Milhouse knocking on the door asking if Marge has his teeth.
I like how he brought the dentist with him.
Like they could
He
fix it on
needed to
the
carry
spot.
some authority with him.
The
you know?
dentist was the muscle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Marge, like a bitch, hides the teeth and goes, no.
Yeah, why? Why? Though, why? I know for the bit. We all know it, but why? Why, bro? Why should she keep his teeth?
Marge is a freak.
Marge is a freak.
So we cut back to the stadium and Homer walks Lisa into the locker room and he says that he wants to clear some things up with the team and Lisa's embarrassed, but Homer says he doesn't want anyone giving Lisa a hard time because she's different and no jokes. Then he spots Uta and starts laughing because Uta has bosoms. Homer then gets himself a wet towel and begins chasing Uta around the locker
Chase me,
room.
I'm full of chocolate.
If anyone wanted to know where that meme was from, it's this
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, it's Uta being full of chocolate to live with all of us forever.
I'm full of chocolate.
I wish I was full of chocolate.
I had chocolate earlier today. I tried the Cadbury's Biscoff bar. It was alright. It was good.
Yeah.
I love a Biscoff.
Go back to the food.
I just love talking about Biscoff, man. I'll talk about Biscoff any day. Carry on.
Podcast not sponsored by Biscoff.
But it
Yet.
could be.
But we are sponsored by Grits.
Biscoff, hit us up. Send us some biscuits.
Or how about American chocolate?
Oh, American chocolate is fucking foul, man. It's awful. It's so bad. How
Oh
do you
no,
eat
you've
it?
set him off now.
How do you eat, man? No, I want Gamer Sups to sponsor us, so then because Gamer Sups love doing weird flavors, and I want them to make our flavor, which would be Greasy Little Piglet.
Fuck's sake.
Isn't that just bacon jam with
That's
chocolate?
that's an
basically is.
old callback. That's an old callback to like episode 4.
Bacon soda.
I mean,
Someone's done it.
my next flavor I bought is anime girl thighs, and it's it's oranges and cream. So
Right.
the names aren't related.
I'm pretty sure that gets you put on a list if you order that to the UK.
Yeah,
As someone who works in making drinks, I've definitely made some weird flavors. We haven't got to bacon yet.
yet.
If you'd have made my tobacco gin, you would be a millionaire.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I'm allowed. I think that's frowned upon.
Well, it is as of today. Do you cut to Lisa, and Lisa is not doing very well in the goal, being hit by pucks. Homer and Bart are just laughing hysterically about the whole thing. And Marge scolds them, saying, "How can you be laughing while Lisa's out there scared to death?" And Homer's response is, "We're laughing with her. There's a big difference." Then we hear Lisa scream, "Ah!" and Homer and Bart both burst out laughing.
They fucking cackle, man. This is another one of those ones where Homer is like unreasonably douchey.
He's a
Not
bit of a
douchey,
prick
douchey
in this,
specific.
man.
Yeah, this episode is Homer is another example of Homer being just a bastard.
Yeah, but also in the 90s, they thought people being mean was funny, so...
I mean, they still think it now these days. Some people.
Married with
I
children.
mean, like,
Yeah.
I guess, I don't know, I still struggle with the idea that an episode like When Flanders Failed would land well these days.
I'm amazed that I've heard that When Flanders Failed is some people's favorite. That's wild to me. When Flanders Failed is genuinely probably still my least favorite Simpsons episode of all time. It is awful.
It's really not good.
It's just a shit episode. Anyway, Simpsons.
Homer drives up and says, hop in the car, little buddy. But he reveals that he's actually talking to his little girl, buddy. Lisa says it would be wrong to reward violent behaviour, so she says she'll get up front with him if it's a fatherly gesture. And Homer goes, yeah, of course it is. When she gets in the car, he goes, it's competitive violence. That's why you're here. Then get a nice montage of Lisa being scared at first, and then we see her become more angry and more confident, and we see that Lisa becomes a great goalkeeper.
Lots of growling.
So we then cut to Apu, and he says they're having their best season ever, and he would like to say it's because of teamwork, and then goes, nope, it's all because of Lisa, which everyone cheers Lisa for. Milhouse then asks Bart if Lisa's suddenly better at him in hockey. Does that mean he's going to become better at her at school? Bart
This
goes,
was a good
"Yeah,
bit. This is a great bit.
So Bart goes, maybe I will. We then get a montage of some really upbeat music of Bart putting his hand up to answer loads of questions. Eventually ends with Whiskey Proper telling him off because he hasn't got a single answer right.
That's such a good payoff, because you kind of see it coming, but they do it enough that you're like, wait, but what if he is? What if this is the B plot? And then, no, he is just shit.
We then cut and Bart is being beat up by the bullies because he was wasting teachers' valuable time.
My favorite times when Nelson gets annoyed at Bart is when it's for stuff that Nelson wouldn't get annoyed at. And
like for besmirching a girl's honor or whatever.
Yeah, stuff like that. It's so funny. And yeah, just for wasting teachers' valuable time. I just like that Nelson just wants any excuse to kick the shit out of someone.
Oh, absolutely.
This prompts Lisa to intersect and she picks up the bullies and tells them to leave him alone. And Jimbo says it's lucky that you happen to be your sister's brother. Lisa then reassures Bart that they won't bother him anymore. And then we see everyone in the school laughing, including Skinner, because he hardly lets his mother fight for him anymore.
Yeah, I like hardly.
Milhouse tells Bart that he's going to hang out with Lisa now for protection and to be seen. And this begins the sinister Bart look to the camera.
Can we all agree that Milhouse, out of all of the characters in Simpsons, is the one you would least want to know as an adult? Milhouse seems like he would grow into the biggest prick loser ever. He's funny in the show, and I'm just saying, as an adult, I feel like Milhouse would just be a complete mess.
Yeah, I mean, my recollection of the occasional portrayals of him in the future that we get in sort of flash forward bits is that, there's a portrayed as the guy who makes going to the gym his personality.
Yeah.
We'll then go back to the Simpson house and Bart suggests that they go watch Cops together. They've missed the first two, but if they hurry, they can catch the last three.
That's a good bit.
A joke at the scheduling. Palmer says he's off to a gelato with Lisa. Then asks Bart to come, but then he just gives no answer, just fucks off. Marge then says, I'll spend some time with you, and Bart doesn't want to spend any time with his mum, but she says, you've got a stereotypical view of me because I'm your mother, but we can play the basketball.
This was another good, this was another good bit.
Harvey Globetrotter, but
which is great.
This was another one of those, that's where this is from bits, and I loved it. It was great.
Oh, yeah.
So we cut outside and Marge is dribbling the basketball saying, look out for the shack attack.
She's two-handed dribbling as well.
Yeah. And she's bent over and all.
So Bart is looking very dejected, then he gets hit in the face with the basketball.
I told
and
you
Marge
to watch
goes, I
out.
told you to look out. She did, to be fair. We then cut to Lisa in the goal, and Lisa is pretty much telling her team to get out there and be quite violent, which he ends with Ralph Wiggum losing his shin guard and Lisa going, hack the bone,
Hack the bone.
And Homer calls her the eye of the tiger and the mouth of a teamster. Then he says, just look at all the time that I waste on you, pointing to Bart, and he goes, well, not wasted. I love you. Then see Bart is in Lisa's bedroom, and we can hear Lisa is getting some hugs off Marge. Lisa then comes in, and Bart says that certain rivalries have come up, and he thought they could talk it out like civilized people, but instead he's ripped the head off Mr. Honey Bunny, which is probably why you thought the teacher's name.
Yeah, probably.
It all ties back together.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Lisa then points out that was Bart's cherished childhood toy, and Bart tries to repair
Yeah, what
it
the
by
fuck?
just
How did he make that mistake?
Lisa tells him to leave, and Bart says it's a free country. You
What
get
does that
out,
even
and Lisa says... But Bart's response is, I don't know, but what am I?
Good
So at
one,
least
Bart.
tells him to get out. And Bart says, okay, but as he's going to leave, he's going to windmill his arms, and if you get hit, it's your own fault. This prompts Lisa to go, okay, but I'm going to start kicking air, and if you get in the way, it's your fault. We then see them just walking towards each other with their eyes closed, Bart punching, Lisa kicking. Then we just hear them off screen at the inevitable collision. Marge says she's going to go upstairs to check it out, then turns to Homer and goes, right, don't eat this pie.
Don't eat this pie.
Homer's response to this is, yep, and then he
Okay.
looks at the pie and goes, all right, pie, I'm going to start air chomping, and if you get eaten, it's your own fault. We then see Homer walking slowly towards the pie, air chomping.
Oh, no.
He walks into the extractor fan.
He
starts
proper
lamenting.
dents it and all.
Oh yeah. He hits that high enough to buckle metal.
So Homer sells his injury for all about 2 seconds before he goes, to hell with this.
Nom 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 nom.
Then see that Lisa and Bart are fighting upstairs, and Marge does the classic thing of turning the lights on and off to break them up. Which it works because Bart points out that's really
it's
annoying.
really annoying. I liked that.
Marge gets them to stop fighting and says, we love you both and you're not in competition with each other. Repeat, you are not in competition with each other. At this point, Homer comes upstairs and says Apu's just called him, and Bart's team is playing Lisa's team and they're in direct
They'll be in
competition
direct
with each other.
competition.
And he tells them that not to go easy on each other because they're brother and sister, and he wants to see them fighting for their brother's love. And he starts doing the light thing himself but going, fight, fight, fight.
Fight.
We go to the prison, and Chief Wiggum tells the prisoners that he'll make a deal with them, that he'll let them out to watch the hockey game if they return to their cells afterwards. Snake says, we can't make that promise.
Can't
and,
make that promise.
Chief Wiggum has a counter offer of, I'll let you out and you'd have to come back, but don't commit any more crimes. Snake again doesn't agree to this, but Wiggum goes, yeah, sure, that's fine.
I like
Lets
how
everybody out.
Snake, while Snake is a criminal and a murderer, he's not a liar.
It's
He
true.
did pretty much tell him. We cut to the kids playing in the garden, and they have their own little song for Bart and Lisa, who will win. The father's fat and the mother's thin, and Grandpa Simpson reeks of gin. Grandpa happens to be walking past at this moment and goes, hey, this is obsession for men.
Why is he in the school playground? I mean, it makes sense that Abe Simpson would just accidentally wander into the school playground with his groceries, but yeah, why is it? Yeah. But yeah, obsession for men.
We see the family at the dinner, and Homer asks for the ketchup, which Bart fires with his knife, and Lisa catches it and says he's got to do better than that. Bart then tries to hit the mustard at her, which he has to duck, and Homer complains that he asks for ketchup because he's eating salad.
Oh,
Marge just
God.
Puts it on the salad anyway.
The idea of putting tomato sauce on a fucking salad, man, is vile.
Yeah, they're both bad choices, but I feel like the mustard's worse.
I don't know. Like, I feel like I've seen more salads with like
Dijon.
kinds of mustard. Yeah, Dijon. Is, like,
Dijon
goes
on the
salad.
salad is good. Yeah.
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 Okay.
But yeah, just straight up tomato sauce, way too sugary for a salad. Absolutely.
I feel like it's Homer. Homer just puts ketchup on everything.
This is true. This is true.
Marge will not have aggressive condiment passing in the house, but at that moment, Mo walks in.
I like the specificity of that. Specificity? Specificity. Thank you.
Homer asks Mo what he's doing in the house, and Mo says, well, a bartender can't come in and say hello to his favourite customer. He then tries to compliment Marge's hair, and Marge's response to this is, you've caught me at a real bad time.
He
I
also
hope you
calls
recall
her
that."
midge.
Yeah.
The response is, I'm too tense to pretend I like you.
That's so fucking real, man. I loved that bit. That's Marge just like finally being done. That's so good.
Mo asks how the kids are doing, and asks if they've got any disabling injuries that the gambling community might not know about.
Let me have a look
Then
at those
grab-
knees.
Marge kicks him out of the house, and Mo tries to point out that he's 64 grand in the hole.
What does he
and
call
then
her then? He calls like Deb or something?
Blanche. The second time.
Blanche.
He then points out he's going to lose his thumbs, and Marge slams the door in his
You're
face.
going to cut off my thumbs.
There's a reference to the Pope of Greenwich Village from 1984.
So we cut back to the Springfield hockey rink, which has the sign for the game, and then underneath, do your own damn entertainment. Which I held that comment. So Bart slides up to Lisa, spraying with ice, and says,
How
"We'll
easy
try
is
not to
that to
hurt."
do, Fixxxer? Because you see it in like hockey media all the time. The whole like spraying someone with ice when you break in front of them.
Yeah. Very easy. Absolutely.
It really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought that it would like fluff up that much in that way like snow, but no, that's crazy.
Yeah. You can. It goes high too. You can get people in the face with it. Yep.
Damn.
Bart says will try not to hurt her, and Lisa tells him not to worry because she's wearing a lucky rabbit's head, which is, of course, Mr. Honey Bunny.
That was great.
Lisa and Bart then get into a full-on punch-up, which is they get broken up, and Apu, as he pulls Lisa away, goes, hey, save your precious hatred for the game.
Precious hatred.
Valuable anger.
So Homer's talking to Marge and tries to get to admit which kid she likes the best, and Marge won't commit to anything. He says, well, Maggie can't be your favourite because she's never done anything. Then see Maggie catch a beer bottle that was aiming straight for Homer's head. Marge points out that they can't root for the kids because he wouldn't like it if the kids played favourites with them. We then see Bart and Lisa both vying for Marge's attention, and Homer just chuckles and goes, hi, kids. So the red carpet rolls out, and Krusty's here to sing the national anthem, of which he clearly doesn't know the words. The audience
turned down those cue cards.
Last, the game begins, and we then see Bart score the first goal, and Homer declares that he loves Bart. And we see Lisa make a great save, and Homer goes, no, wait, I love Lisa. Then Marge comes over with the beer, and Homer goes, beer, I love you, Marge.
I loved Big Lush as a beer brand or a cup name. Big Lush. That's great.
I missed that, yeah.
That was my glum toothpaste for the episode. I loved it. Fucking
Huge
Big Lush.
44-ounce drink.
44 ounce, yeah.
How
The
much
only
is that in
time
real numbers?
someone quickly Google while I tell this story. I was at I went
that's
to
1.25 liters.
That's a lot. I went to
That's a
Bowling
lot
for
of beer.
Soup. I went to see Bowling for Soup live, and the beers there were 2 pints, and I had like 2 of them, and it was awesome. They're crazy.
Carry on.
Yeah, that story was very quick for once. Sometimes I can tell quick stories.
The game gets progressively more violent as we see people being body checked, and the crowd are getting proper into it. Hans Moleman falls down the stairs, and everyone just
Laughs
goes
at him
quite
as well.
wild for it.
There's a weirdly cut joke in there that, like, when Bart gets checked into the like the glass at the side, there's an iteration of the story where they had his face turn into Charlie Brown, and he said "good grief." Don't know why they cut that.
I mean, I know,
Just-
because it's not very funny.
One of those random asides from the Sports Illustrated article, so I know a lot of weird trivia about this episode.
It is very Charlie
Odd.
Brown-like, but Charlie Brown didn't do hockey. Maybe that's why they cut it.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it could be.
It's too
Saving it
nuanced
for
a
the
joke.
football episode.
Jimbo trips Bart, and Marge has completely lost her head at this point and goes, she demands vengeance.
Yeah, even Marge getting into it. Sport is infectious though, like that. Like I've been to, like I'm not a big like football watcher, but if I've been to a match, you get into it. It's weird. The crowd like infects you with their like excitement.
Yeah. Bart is taking the shot against Lisa, and Homer's excited about this because it's 4 seconds left. And he says, the winner will be showered with praise, and the loser will be taunted with booze until his throat is sore. And we then see that Wiggum tells Bart to kill her, and Apu tells Lisa to stop him dead. Then we see the crowd chanting, kill Bart, and the Lisa crowd are going, kill Bart, kill Bart.
Just slightly different emphasis on different syllables.
One of them's got a comma in there.
Yeah, the
other one
comma
doesn't.
lifts all the way. Yeah.
One's going kill Bart, and the other's going kill Bart. So yeah,
The whole stadium is quite rowdy, and this includes Maggie and Marge. Marge is fully gone at this point. And Bart and Lisa look at each other, and suddenly all the happy memories of their childhood come together.
Why was Lisa wearing a pearl necklace as a baby?
She's a fancy baby.
All right, yeah, fair enough.
How much power plant money?
It's the power plant
You
money.
Yeah, you can buy jewellery for babies.
Marge just got a whole ball of them. We know this.
This is also true, yeah.
So we see Lisa reaching into the cookie jar for Bart, and Bart making shadow puppets, and
This was admittedly very cute.
Lisa fixing Bart's knee, and Bart giving Lisa ice cream. And this eventually prompts both to ditch their hockey gear and skate into the middle of the thing to hug and declare that they both had a great game. The buzzer goes, and it's a tie game, and the crowd are very annoyed by it.
I think this is funny that the crowd has this intense a reaction to the tie game. It would have been a tie if Lisa saved. That's how ties work.
Yeah.
Marge has never been so proud of them. Homer is weeping because both his kids are losers. Grandpa declares it a rip-off. Moleman, who hasn't got up, by the way, goes, we came for blood.
I mean, have you seen how old Moleman is? If he fell down, he probably wouldn't get up.
He's 32.
My apologies. I'm older than Hans Moleman? Fuck.
Yep. Wiggum, the chief of police, declares they should tear the police apart. At which point, Grandpa incites the riot.
I love as well that despite essentially escaping from prison, the prisoners did come to see the game.
Yeah, they came for that. So Bart and Lisa start skating on the ice as everybody else in the crowd is just beating the shit out of each other. But it brings a tear to Snake's eye as he laments the fact that they didn't have Pee-wee hockey when he was a lad. He then goes, oh well, and starts crowbarring the seats. And Lisa and Bart just continue skating and everybody is just punching each other and there's fire burning around.
Madness.
Weirdly, this whole bit was used to illustrate them at an award that The Simpsons won. The American Cinema Foundation in 1996 gave them Best Comedy Series, and they wanted a video clip, so they sent them this because they thought the contrast of Simpsons doing family shit and the town tearing the stadium apart was a funny contrast and very Simpson-y. And then they edited it and took out the riots, so it was just the Simpsons hugging, and it was like, okay, you absolutely ruined the bit.
Yeah, that destroys the bit.
Like, yeah, the showrunner like chewed them out on it when he went to accept the award. It's like, why have you edited the thing? That's all I got on that one.
That's fair.
Carry on.
Well, that's the episode, folks.
Oh, fair enough.
What do we think?
I think it's a fun episode, pretty chill overall, but it's like not amazing, not bad, but it was a fun, like relaxed episode of The Simpsons. I liked it.
Yeah, solid one.
It had a nice amount of memorable memes.
Yes,
It
very
did
much
have some
so.
memes in it. Yeah, sure did.
I like this episode too. I thought it was good.
Very, very. I was saying this to Blaney earlier, our fighter pilot correspondent.
Fighter pilot correspondent? I feel inadequate.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got all sorts of correspondence these days.
He's also the economic correspondent of Uganda.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I said this was like a pretty average episode of Simpsons, but when you take Simpsons in totality of the nearly 40 years it's been running, what is average Simpsons now is probably pretty low. But yeah, to me, this is like average Simpsons. This is what Simpsons is. It was good. I liked it.
Yeah, no, this absolutely is as taken in the context of TV as a whole. Yeah, good TV. Taken in the context of The Simpsons, just decent episode of The Simpsons.
Yeah, absolutely.
I liked it. Not going into the all they got wrong in the hockey game stuff, and not to mention continuity errors. I'm not sure they cared much about continuity back then.
Oh, please
I
give
would
us
like you to get into.
Yeah, please give us as quick a rundown of the hockey mistakes as possible.
I know the big ones, but I was hoping you'd be able to elaborate better than I can because I'm just cribbing from other people's research, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, it's all petty and dumb, but I guess some people like petty and dumb.
That's what this whole show is, bro.
So Bart takes the face off at the red line in the middle. They got that part right. And suddenly, though, he is behind the blue line on his own team. So he teleported in the rink, apparently.
Oh, okay.
And then he raced forward, passing the blue line, passing the red line in the middle, and then getting up to the blue line on Lisa's end of the rink. And then he goes and takes a slap shot, which would be a horrible move if you got a free shot, all the way to the goal. I don't know why you're pulling up. It's ridiculous. But the line changes colors depending on the next scene. So that line goes from blue to red back to blue. It's petty,
Those
I told
bastards.
you. Yeah.
Those bastards.
Yeah.
I say we
but
riot.
It's stuff like that. Like there was one scene where there was only 5 kids on one team, but no goalie. And like far out shot. But there were 4 kids on the other team. So they just got a lot of silly things like that off. I feel like you could count to 5 when you're drawing 5 little people on the ice. That's a little weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But they didn't.
Yeah,
they got that wrong.
I did notice when somewhere I saw they listed the members of the teams, and I don't think they did actually put as many people on one team as the other, which genuinely was unbalanced for some reason.
To be fair,
I don't know why they did that.
That probably happened a lot more often in Pee Wee leagues.
The big one is the penalty shot at the end, the finale. Basically, the clock is ticking down before Bart takes the shot, which apparently should not happen.
No.
Yeah, that's actually the thing most people care about. He wasn't happy with it. Mike Scully, that is, who wrote it. He wasn't happy with that, but like kind of ultimately concluded, nobody will notice, nobody will care that much. It is the one thing most people complain about this episode. He's heard more about that than anything else in the episode.
That's so funny.
Not to mention,
And there's also
sorry, go ahead.
Go on, sorry.
Oh.
I was gonna, also apparently, within, I guess, like school leagues, you typically wouldn't get a tie. You'd usually have like a sudden death.
Yep, that's what I was about to say.
So
Even
it was a period afterwards.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
It's possible with like really young leagues that they'll just end it at the stop of the game. So it's possible it could go either way, but generally they do go into overtime of some sort.
Yeah, the overtime and the penalty were the two main errors that generally I've seen pointed out about this one.
There's a life lesson in there, kids. If there's something wrong with your thing, fix it.
There you go.
Yeah, good advice.
Fixxxer
Something
it.
wrong, fix it.
What I'm talking about with 3
Hooray.
X's, not porn.
What? How do I say Fixxxer with three X's? Fixxxer it.
Emphasis on the X, yeah.
Yeah,
Fixxxer it.
Sounds fantastic.
I thought so. Thank you.
Cool. Shall we do our Out of Homer scores?
I gave it a tie game out of Homer. No one wins.
Okay.
Smack dab in the middle.
I give it a we paid for blood out of Homer.
Ooh.
Because we enjoyed the violence, but it wasn't quite the satisfying conclusion we needed.
Fair enough. I feel like everyone's sort of very much on a similar page here by the sounds of it. I gave it Cardiff Comets out of Homer because it was fun to watch, but not a winner.
That's so you.
Oh, I guess I got to come up with
So
one.
you
then.
got a rating for us?
Yeah, I'll give it. Oh boy, I'll give it a Manon Rayom out of Homer for being a part of the very beginning of women's hockey becoming popular in the United States.
Oh, and then Fixxxer
cool.
saves it with just being an absolute lad.
I could have shit on it, but I thought I'd say something nice.
Well, yeah, like I said, it was like it was a run of the mill Simpson, but that's a good thing because I think we've had a lot of like, this has definitely been one of my like more enjoyed, like one of my favorite episodes of like this season and what we've been reviewing recently because yeah, it was just I don't think it did anything wrong other than obviously all the grievous hockey mistakes. I don't think this episode put a foot wrong. I just think it didn't do anything amazing. But right now, that's great for me because there really wasn't anything that annoyed me about this episode.
Are we at the point in The Simpsons where Homer is no longer that derpy but loving father/husband, and he's now just kind of a prick? Is that where we're at right now?
Not. I hope not. Jesus.
Because I kind of feel like Homer just turned into a prick.
I feel like the next episode kind of disagrees with that.
I don't know. I wouldn't say I was particularly aware of a point at which they did that. Like, there are episodes, obviously, like When Flanders Failed, which is quite a lot earlier on, where they do lean heavily into Homer being a prick for what they perceived as humor at the time. We, in 2026, perceive somewhat less as humor, but that's by the by. I don't know that there was necessarily a point where they decided Homer was a prick. I feel like over time's gone on, I would essentially get less of a prick because it's that kind of humor taste for prickishness, right?
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
And
We'll
he just
see.
felt especially dickish today. Or
He
this
was
episode.
quite dickish
Yeah.
today for Homer. I
Absolutely.
don't think he normally is this much. They dialed it up a bit, for
No,
sure.
I think the next episode is a good example of that not being the case at this point, I suppose.
yeah, that's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see, though. He may become a huge bellend. So, society.
Yeah, did this have anything to say about society before we move on to this next episode?
For me, I think it's pretty obvious. I think it speaks on the pressures that parents put on their children to be the best and they use sibling rivalries as an obvious fuel for the fire. I think that's obviously... I don't think they were hiding that influence there. It's also an obvious commentary on how seriously Americans take sports, even from a young age, which is something I mentioned earlier. Although, admittedly, that has become more of a problem in England as well. Like a dude got, I think it was 2-3 years ago, a guy got arrested for kicking the shit out of a referee at a primary school football game. Primary school.
That's just ridiculous.
Fucking hell, that's ridiculous.
Because he didn't agree with the call, the referee made. I thought, no, dude, like, if that was me, you would just be banned from coming to sporting events with your child. Your child is more than welcome to come. You're not. You know, fuck me, man. Other than obviously the whole getting arrested thing, I would not encourage that.
I would
kind
also
of
like to
behavior.
see the man arrested, not just banned from sports
No,
day.
of course, but that's not my decision. That's not my decision. I just run the school.
It's sad that this is 94 and this was a problem that, you know, was big enough that it became a Simpsons joke, and then we're looking at it's like probably
It's
a
just
worse
getting
problem
worse.
now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, it's wild.
In terms of themes, like that, I've read this Sports Illustrated article in which the writers and producers talked at great length about it. So, like, I can tell you what they genuinely did. And yes, that message about putting pressure on your kids for performance in sports was definitely part of, like, two of the main sort of takeaways they wanted to include in this. They were basically the wanting to illustrate the darkness of parents around children's sports. The other side of this was the bit that you questioned I wanted to say for this bit, which was Marge taking Milhouse's teeth.
Right.
Which was put in there as to illustrate basically Marge has always lived in perpetual fear of like something bad happening to her children, and like getting hold of Milhouse's teeth actually is kind of a dream come true for her, because now that's the evidence that she has a way to illustrate that this is dangerous. Our kids shouldn't be doing this because I have proof. Here's this kid's teeth that got knocked out from doing it.
If that was what they were going for, they did not illustrate it well. In my opinion, I do not think they illustrated that that's what Marge's attitude was, because Marge seemed to be enjoying the fact that she had the teeth, not using
Well, yeah,
it.
that's what he says. It was her dream come true. She was excited to have this proof that this kid's activity was actually dangerous all along, which she believed, and it was like, look, I can prove it. This is cool. Look, I can prove it.
That's way overanalyzing it. I do not think that is what. I don't think that's what Simpsons was going for. I think you can interpret it that way. I really would not, like, based on the way Marge talks, the way Marge is animated, the way she reacts to Milhouse asking for his teeth back. I do not think that's what they were trying to illustrate, personally.
Okay, well, that came from David Merkin, so take that up with David Merkin.
Who's David Merkins? The guy that wrote the article?
No, the guy who made the episode.
Oh, okay. Right, okay. I misunderstood who was in the article. No, if he said that's what he was doing.
The article was, he was quoting one of the producers. Yeah.
Okay, my apologies. Yeah, if he genuinely said that, then okay. What I will change my response to then is, I think you did a bad job of illustrating that point.
I think they could have done better. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't think it was like a main point. I think it was just a thing he wanted to get in there, and that's how he did that.
One of the things I think was cool, and Simpsons does it again later when Lisa starts playing football, is they didn't overdo the whole, a girl playing sports kind of thing, because girls have played sports for a very long time, and cool. Women's sports isn't televised. You know, I was very excited when the Lionesses won the World Cup. That was awesome. And I think that was a great boon for women's professional sports. But girls have played sports for fucking forever. You know, so it just kind of bothers me when sitcoms and stuff are like, they make the whole episode everyone making fun of the girl for wanting to play sports. It's like, people don't actually really do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it was just nice that isn't they didn't go for the low hanging fruit. Basically, they went for a bit more of it. They had fun with it, and it was it was a genuinely just good episode. Because like mentioning the when Lisa wants to play sports, they have that great bit where she's like, a girl wants to play football, and then they point out the 3 other girls on the football team, which is a fantastic bit. So that was the other thing, just in terms of like saying about society, that I thought I'd bring up.
Nice. Anyone got anything more points before we move on to Homer Badman?
I'll throw in a random fact. Did you guys watch any of the hockey in the Olympics recently?
Absolutely not.
No.
I watched all the men's and women's, hockey. Fun fact, the entire men's team that was on the ice for the USA when they scored the goal to win, and the woman who scored the goal in overtime to win for the women's team, every single player on the ice for those two incidents came from my hometown.
That's awesome.
Oh.
That's
Oh, wow.
so cool.
Okay.
They're all from like Metro Detroit, so that was a pretty cool thing.
That's very cool.
Nice.
I would needlessly take that stolen valor. I would be like, yep, that's my hometown. Hell yeah.
That's my hometown. Like, I mean, Detroit is Hockey Town. It's called Hockey Town for a reason. But yes, it was pretty neat.
Madonna bought her carpets from my hometown.
You do know that she's from Detroit.
I did not know that.
Yes.
But I like that. I like that as well. What a weird coinky.
She's from a suburb, but yeah, she's from the area. That's
She
hilarious.
brought my hometown was like quite
Carpets?
famous for making carpet. Yeah, for making carpets for textiles. There's still a huge carpet factory there. It's one of the only factories that's like still open in that dying town. Yeah, and Madonna bought her carpets from there.
That sounds like a Tom Scott video
crazy.
waiting to happen.
A little bit.
Yeah, possibly.
I'm good. I'm done.
Cool. Right. Homer Badman aired on November 27th, 1994. What happened on that day?
I feel like the way that this has been listed on this page is a bit out of order in importance.
I haven't looked at this.
Oh,
so
has it done
here's-
it? Is it done that? Because didn't we have that the other time where, like, in like tiny letters, it was also like, oh, by the way, there was a war.
Yeah, it's looking like that, huh?
Like a
Yeah.
couple
see what you make of this. The headline of the day: CFL Grey Cup, BC Place, Vancouver. BC Lions beat Baltimore FC 26-23. First ever championship in pro football history, featuring a US versus Canada lineup. Lions win on last second Louis Pascala field goal.
Okay, seems pretty important. Yeah.
Underneath, fire and disco in Fuxing, North China, 233 killed.
Oh my god. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah.
That, do you know, that kind of gives me the same vibes of like when you look on an actor's Wikipedia these days, and it'll just in like a tiny paragraph. There'll be an entire entire Wikipedia article dedicated to them, and then a tiny paragraph that says, "Oh, and they also got accused of sexual harassment."
Mm-hmm.
It gives me that
You know,
vibe.
bit of that.
Uruguay elected a new president.
Yeah, Giulio Maria Sanguinetti.
I'm going to ask a
Sanguinetti.
really stupid question, and you're not allowed to laugh at me.
All right.
Where is
Does that apply to
Uruguay?
me too as a guest?
No, you can laugh at me. Where is
All right.
Uruguay?
It's South America.
Oh, okay. I thought it probably would be, but I'm genuinely fucking dog shit at geography. I did not know where Uruguay was.
Don't think it's a million miles away from Argentina. I might be completely wrong about that, but
I couldn't point to it on a map. I know it's South America.
I'm pretty sure it's right next to Argentina, isn't it?
Uruguay.
My main context for anything to do with Uruguay is just Homer going, "Hey, look at this country. You are gay."
Yeah, it's right next to Argentina.
It is right next
It's
to
on the
Argentina.
east. It's on the east coast. It's just below Brazil.
Leeds United's greatest manager, Marcelo Bielsa, comes from there.
Hey,
Hmm.
Leeds United won on penalties the other day.
Yeah, we're in the FA Cup semi-final. Go us.
Fucking just. We're like what 10th?
Look, I will take what I can get. Leave me
No,
alone.
dude, I agree. I agree. As long as they're there.
Oh, and there's a famous birthday. Shrek the sheep.
I thought you were
Was
just
it?
going to say Shrek then and just leave it at that.
Nope.
I
He was
just
the-
I was frantically googling Shrek to see how old Shrek is because that's an odd name to have in 1994.
Yeah, I was about to
but
say,
yeah, Shrek the sheep
94?
was born. Shrek didn't come out till 2001.
Look at the size of that sheep, man.
Yep, so Shrek is a New Zealand sheep that held the world record for the biggest shorn fleece. And he was born on this day. He died in 2011.
Wait, when was he named?
1994, I assume.
Well, the children's book is quite old, right? There's a because Shrek is based on a children's book.
I have no idea.
Yeah, it's based on a children's book. I just don't know how old it is.
I did not know about it. Yeah. Oh yeah.
1990.
Yeah, the book came out 4 years. They must have named the sheep after the book Shrek.
Yeah, yeah.
So Let Me Be Your Fantasy by Baby D is the UK number one. And Boys to Men are no longer making love to us. But the US number one, they've now got quite committed because they're on bended knee, so so the relationship's getting serious, guys.
This is the to the men part.
They've stopped acting like boys now. Right, shall I get into the episode, seeing as
Let's do it.
what
We're
an hour
over an
and
hour
30.
and a half into this. Let us do a damn episode.
It's a guest episode. This always happens.
Yeah, this is true.
Okay, so the blackboard guy will not whittle whole passes out of soap.
Is this a Great Escape reference? It feels like it. Didn't they whittle something out
possibly.
of soap in the Great Escape?
I don't remember.
I don't know.
I don't remember the scene. It is possible.
Anyway.
Well, I mean, there's whittling soap in lots of different things, but I don't know if this would be a direct reference to The Great Escape.
Well, you know, I mean, it's a bit of a reach for me because The Simpsons never makes really vague references that no one understands. They never do that.
The couch gag, the family chase after the couch is
I liked
further and further away from
I
me.
liked this. It was weird. It was just. I like the weird ones where they just kind of go fuck it, and yeah, they just chase the couch into the abyss.
So the episode begins with the Simpsons, with Bart pouring himself some cereal, and he curses the FDA because it can't all be marshmallows, and Bart starts putting the pieces back.
This
and,
was a
Lisa
good
tells
bit.
him off 'cause
Lisa's then like, don't put them back in the box. Put them in the bin. That was good. I liked that because again, it's just a nice bog standard subversion of expectations. I liked that gag. It was a good gag.
So we cut to Homer, who tells them that you like sweets, because he knows a place that's sweeter than sweetness itself. The earthly donuts are sour as poison, and you'd spit them out, you would.
Earthly donuts. I don't know why. Just the use of the word earthly is just so. It's so good. I don't. I just really liked it.
So the kids wonder what he's on about, and Homer pulls out the tickets to the candy industry trade show. Lisa asks how he got the tickets, and Homer reveals that they were hidden in every milli of Krusty Bar and Krusty Almond Bar. We then cut back to a flashback of Homer in the Quickie Bar, sitting on the floor, opening every single candy bar to look for these tickets.
Such a weird prize to put
There
in. Like,
actually
a bar. Like,
is a sweets and snacks trade show.
of course, there's a trade show for damn near any industry on the planet. Of course there is. Yeah, that does not surprise me. But like to put them as a prize inside like a chocolate bar is a bit weird.
Yeah, a little bit. I loved Apu.
Yeah, so we cut to Apu, and Apu says he's already asked Homer not to mangle his merchandise. Homer's left him no choice but to ask him politely again. The kids beg to go, and Homer says he'd rather take Marge with him. Marge says it's nice, but take one of the kids. Homer says that they can't carry enough candy because they've got puny muscles, not big ropey ones like Marge.
Nice,
Marge is
like
annoyed.
just drive-by insult to Marge. Also, if this is the American NCA, the National Confectioners Association, which does actually have the National Candy Show, which is the closest like name to what Homer did. That's in Chicago, so they drove quite far. If they're in roughly the area we thought they were, that's like a couple days journey.
Oh, they've moved it to Indianapolis though.
Oh right, okay, fair enough then.
I don't know if that helps. They only moved it in 2024.
That's close to Chicago.
They've not gone very far. But the kids concede that Marge should go with her big ropey muscles because it's for the greater good. We then cut to Marge having a trench coat sewed onto her, and Marge wonders if all the pockets are necessary. Homer's response to this is if she'd been willing to sit in the hollowed-out wheelchair, it wouldn't be a problem.
What part of a wheelchair isn't hollow? And also, where is there storage on a wheelchair? Look at a think of a wheelchair.
In the hollowed out part.
There's no storage
Inside the tires.
There is if you hollow it out.
inside the wheels.
Yeah. So the doorbell goes, and Marge declares it's the babysitter, and she points out no one will sit for the kids anymore, so she had to choose between a grad student and a hobo. Bart goes to the door praying for the hobo, but it is the graduate student who's called Ashley Grant. So Lisa recognizes her and says that she gave a talk about women's issues and how women don't have to be second-class citizens. This prompts Bart to go, well, how can you leave us with this maniac? And Homer drags Marge away because they need to get pictures taken with the two surviving musketeers. This prompts Marge to yell out there's a baby upstairs somewhere.
Yeah.
And Bart tries to be a bit chauvinistic, saying, so you're one of those chicks that don't like being called a chick. And Lisa says he'll make an extra few hours of living hell, but Ashley's got a plan for this because she's got Disembowel 4. And she says she'll let Bart play on it for 5 minutes, but Bart is too seduced by this. Ashley says Mel's not hard to tame, they all follow their video games. She then forces Bart to walk into a door.
That was funny. I liked that. That was a good bit.
We then cut to the candy convention, and we then see Homer very excitedly walking the red carpet with Marge.
I'm like a kid in some kind of store.
Homer then prompts to steal all the samples as he's putting them in Marge's coat. And we cut to Professor Frink and giving his demonstration of his lemon sour candy that has to be contained in a magnetic field. Starts explaining what it's called, and then realizes the candy's missing. Goes, where the hell is it? We then cut to Homer's face completely sucked in by sourness as he goes, "Whoa."
Tastes like a cloudy lemonade beer.
Is there a limit to sourness? Because like there's the Scoville rating for peppers, and now we're getting to the point where we are like genetically engineering peppers that are hotter than any pepper ever.
That Scoville rating is a bunch of bullshit. They lie about that.
It's also just wank. It's just
yeah.
wank.
All right, go ahead.
So, as someone who works in the food industry, I can weigh in on sourness to some degree. Mostly, what you'll use for sourness in candy world, anyway, is malic acid. So, like the nuclear waste type, toxic waste, whatever type candies, it's usually just coated in malic acid that tastes so sour. I don't know if there are any like practical limits to it beyond like at a certain point it is going to start dissolving your tooth enamel and people are going to start asking questions. It is just fucking acid that you're eating.
But
so,
so you can't make it more sour than malic acid.
There are other acids, you probably would not put them in food. Malic is at least, you know, edible.
Okay.
Right? You could put stronger acids in, they would not be a good time.
Wait, what food is that used in?
What, malic acid?
Yes.
So in sweets, like, I don't know whether you'd get them in America. Like, we have some super sour candies called toxic waste. I imagine there are probably similar type things. That's like, they come in a little plastic tub that looks like a nuclear waste drum, and it's got like radioactive symbols on it. And they're just boiled sweets covered in malic acid, and they're like really, really sour. But like we use them in soft drinks as well.
Just looking up a picture of toxic waste made my mouth feel funny.
Did it make you feel like Homer?
Yeah, a little bit. Immediately, my whole mouth just went. Blah, blah, blah.
But yeah, if you're making drinks and you want to like add some acidity to it, because acidity is how you preserve a lot of drinks. It's how you make it microbially stable. Malic acid is certainly a way to do that.
Do you have warheads in America, Fixxxer? Because that's the one I.
We did at one point. I don't know if they still exist, but I do remember those. Yeah.
Yeah, those have malic acid in them.
Gotcha.
Homer walks over to the Wax Licks exhibition, which apparently has 1,000 uses. Homer asks what the 1,000 uses are, and the man reveals the obvious one, which is a humorous substitute for your own lips. And Homer goes, keep going. So the man decides that, I'm needed in the basement, but he can't think of anything. So he pretends to walk down the steps.
I love that he pops back up to check and then pops back down.
This prompts Homer to take the entire bowl of wax lips and empty them into his pants.
I like wax lips. I think they're nice. They're a good
I like them
sweet.
too. Pretty nice,
they're a good sweet.
We see Marge with her overfilled waistcoat sit on a bench to pull out a piece of celery. The security guard says, "You've got to sugar that up or get out."
Some sugar on that or leave. That was so fucking good. I loved that.
So we then go to the Gummy Bears exhibition, and Homer's very excited about all the gummies, which include bears, calves, and jawbreakers. But then Homer sees the beautiful one, which is the Gummy Venus de Milo. So Homer meets the expert behind it, who seems to be a German, and he goes
of course
through
it was
that
a German.
As it was carved by gummy artisans who work exclusively in the medium of gummy. This annoys Marge and says, "Can you stop saying the word gummy so much?"
Admittedly, after a while, it stopped sounding like a word.
So the Gummy Venus de Milo winks at Homer, and Homer says he's got to have it. Yes, Marge.
He's done it. I forgot it fucking winks at him.
So Homer tells Marge to distract the salesman, and Marge says, "You won't make a spectacle of herself anymore." At that moment, a pocket bursts and all the candy spills out, and Marge goes, "How did that get there?"
I love the noise Marge makes in this moment. She makes it later on in the episode, but she just starts going, "Ooh, ooh." It's like, what the fuck is that? No, she's just like astounded that her coat has exploded.
So Homer, as everyone's picking up the candy, Homer goes, "This is going to take all his skill." He then just punches the glass to take the Venus de Milo. And
also, considering people's reaction to the fact that Marge's coat explodes, and they all just start picking it up to help Marge, it means that they could have just brought a bucket and
Yeah,
no
I
one would
probably
have
did
cared
fine.
that they were taking sweets.
Yeah, I mean, my thoughts throughout this is, well, why are they being so furtive about this? This is a trade show. They're free samples. You're allowed to take them.
It does remind me of when I was like walking up to the cinema with my dad and he'd just hand me a pack of Haribo and tell me to stuff it in my pockets. And I'd always wonder why on like the hottest day of the summer I was wearing my big puffy jacket to the cinema and it's so my
That's
dad could
amazing.
sneak in sweets.
It's amazing.
My dad
I don't
also
think any cinemas really care that much, though, do they?
they
I'd
don't
have to pay
they
enough to
did
get.
they did when I was a kid.
Yeah, when I was a
Oh,
kid,
really?
they cared, but yeah.
Yeah. I remember as well, it instilled the same thing for me as well now, which is I will fucking let my eyeballs float before I get up and go for a piss at the cinema for a film I've not seen before. And that's because when I was young, my dad would make us go to the toilet before we went in and then would be annoyed if we had to get up. He would not buy us drinks. We weren't allowed drinks to go to the cinema. And I agree. Appreciate the films you're watching. If you've paid for a film, fucking watch it. I remember
Well,
seeing...
they should stop making films so damn long these days.
Well,
then.
speaking of, yeah, I went to see Interstellar and I needed to pee 30 minutes in.
Oh, no.
And I was fucking dying by the time I have never ran in a cinema before, but I ran to the toilet because I was fully ready to piss myself because I do
that
not
is
wait.
169 minutes long.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
I was in pain. I was in physical pain. It wasn't even a relief to finally pee. It was just more pain.
It's about the length of this podcast, I think.
A little bit.
Yeah, I'll set a little alarm to go off once we beat the runtime of Interstellar.
But look, I'm an old man. I'm approaching 40. 1 hour, 169 minutes is a long time.
Yep.
If I want to miss a key point of the plot of the film because I need to have a piss, I will do so.
Nope, I'll just sit there and
And-
I'll just suffer.
Well, when your kidneys explode, that's on you.
Yep, do you know what? I'll accept it, and I'll say it was worth it, so I make sure I see all of Paul Blart Mall Cop 7.
Causes to die.
Everyone's got to pick their battles.
And mine is Paul Blart. Okay.
Speaking of picking your battles, Homer tells Marge to run and save
Nice.
the booty as they run away with the Marlowe. Eventually, Homer decides as they get to the exit
This
that
was
he's had enough of
fucking
this shit.
hilarious.
This was
Homer
great.
stops himself. Kung Fu kicks a vending machine in half to get one can of Buzz Cola out. He then pulls out a packet of Pop Rocks and
Just
puts it on
stuffs
top
it
of the
on the
Coke,
can,
shakes
it up, launches
and
it.
then says, "See you in hell, Candy Boys," launches it, and John, you're the resident scientist of our group.
Yep, that's what happens, yeah.
This is what happens. The Die Hard explosion basically happens.
Am I the only one who thought they were going to go with like a Popeye reference there? I guess I thought he was going to down it and then be, regretful
Oh,
about
Super
it.
strong.
right.
I think that would have been funnier.
This
Nope, we
is
just-
apparently based on every Bruce Willis movie ever made.
I think
Yeah,
that's
that
good.
checks
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
That's fair.
So you get the slow motion of Homer running away as the explosion goes off. It basically killed everybody.
Yeah, everyone in that trade show is dead.
Highest death count in Simpsons episode ever.
That's why no one's coming after him about the gummy Venus de Milos, because they're all dead. No witnesses. No one knows. Everyone thinks it was destroyed in the explosion.
We then go back to home and the kids are exploring Marge's trench coat and Marge is enjoying it. We see Maggie come out with the wax lips, which got a little chuckle out of me.
Yep.
Marge's coat finally explodes.
And she makes that
the
same
kids are-
noise. Whoa.
Yep,
It's so strange.
Homer can't find his gummy DeMilo, and he says she can't have got far because she's got no arms. And Marge tells him to take the babysitter home because she's been sitting in the car for 20 minutes, and Homer says, "There's plenty for her to do in there." Then hear the horn honking
beep,
outside,
beep.
and Uncle see she's having the
See,
time of
she's
her
having
life.
Time of her life.
So Homer's driving Ashley home, and yes, the important questions of how you can put someone on the moon, but you can't make my shoes smell good. Which
I like
confuses
she
Ashley.
apologizes.
Then Homer goes, no one's blaming you. Then asks she can take the wheel so he can scratch himself in 2 places. She tells him to just drop her off. And as she's getting out the car, Homer sees that the Venus de Milo is unfortunately on the seat of Ashley's pants. Homer reaches for it, and Ashley looks back to see Homer pulling one hell of a lustful face. So you could kind of
Drooling
understand
on
why.
Precious Venus.
You could sort of understand why there's misunderstanding that happens. Ashley runs off screaming as Homer goes, "Thank you," and he really just eats the Venus very quickly. No savoring going on here.
Yeah, there's no savoring. I noticed that. That's kind of weird.
It's just gonna taste like a gummy. It's just a beautiful It's like if I ate the actual Venus de Milo, it wouldn't taste any different from other marble.
Or the gummy.
Yeah,
Or the
fair.
gummy.
He just wants the prestige of having eaten the Venus de Milo guy.
I
guess
would
so.
love the prestige of eating the gummy Venus de Milo.
So we then see the kids coming downstairs holding their stomachs, and Homer says, "There's plenty of candy left for breakfast," and the kids are just going, "Oh." Marge then suggests they give it away to some needy children. The kids are like, "Oh."
They start hugging it.
Fucking
They're
of
reluctantly
course,
eating it.
you can buy a gummy Venus de Milo on Etsy.
Of course you can.
Please put up a picture for people when we see the show on YouTube, because yes, you can actually buy gummy Venus de Milos for £15. Damn.
Oh,
Bloody
okay.
hell.
Oh, the one
How
I
big
found
is
is
it?
£4.44. That's still too much for a single gummy, but like,
To
Wow.
see
Yo,
you
this
eating
is
it, though.
impressive. It looks great.
It does look great, doesn't it?
Has it been made by the artisan gummies?
Yes. I'm just gonna say yes.
We hear a commotion outside, and Homer thinks that the candy conventioners have come to get him. But when he looks out the window, we see that's Ashley leading him up, saying that's the man that sexually harassed her. Homer breathes a sigh of relief, because for a minute there he thought he was in big trouble, then realises the actual situation. We then see that the crowd have begun their chant, which is 2, 4, 6, 8. Homer's crime was very great. And then there's an awkward pause before
this
great
requires
meaning
a
larger
clarification.
immense. We use it in the pejorative sense. Homer then swears to Marge he didn't touch her and points out how bashful he is because he can't even say the word titmouse without giggling. And then he giggles. Marge believes him but tells him to go outside to straighten it out because some of those chants are quatchy and memorable. Homer goes out and Asher says that he grabbed him in the car, and Homer goes, "No, I was just grabbing the Venus de Milo out of your pants." And one woman goes, "That's the oldest excuse in the book."
What's the second oldest excuse in the book if that's the first, man?
I fell.
I fell. Oops. I thought you needed support.
Yes, by the horse. So, as the crowd start booing him, Homer says he's a decent guy. Unfortunately, the wind blows up his bathrobe to reveal he wasn't wearing any underwear, which gets him even more disdain from the crowd.
Yep, slow up.
So, Bart asks why anyone would want to touch a girl's butt because that's where cooties come from. And Lisa doesn't quite understand what Homer's being accused of. Homer goes into the analogy of, remember the postcard Grandpa sent us of that alligator biting that woman's butt? And Bart says, "Oh, that's brilliant." And Homer goes, "We all thought it was hilarious, but it turns out that alligator was like sexually harassing that woman." And Bart asks about the Coppertone ad, and Homer goes, "It's a grey area."
I
had to look that
googled
one
it,
up.
and
That's weird.
I immediately felt like I was on a list. That ad
Yeah,
made
no,
me,
it's a real weird ad.
made me very
Oh, yeah.
uncomfortable. I'm guessing for YouTube viewers, you're going to have to Google it yourself. I do not think we could even put that on YouTube.
Yeah. Google Coppertone if you want to like see a picture.
Yeah, if you search like Coppertone dog ad, I think it's the first thing that comes up. It is.
I think if you just search Coppertone, it appears.
Oh God, I didn't realize it was that easy.
Lisa reassures Homer that she knows that he's innocent, but Marge says they're building a shanty town. We then see the next day, and Homer's trying to drive out, and the protesters start pounding on his car, and Homer goes, "They can do their worst because he's going to live his life." We then cut to the shot of him on the freeway while everyone's trying to knock his car over. And then we see Homer at his workstation, and one of the protesters goes, "We ain't crazy about nuclear power either." This Palm Smearers come in and go, "You people are allowed in here," and Homer goes, "It's all right, they're with me." And
Yeah, Homer
Smithers
just
just
accepts
accepts. Smithers just goes, "All right."
Smithers accepts this as well.
Yeah, but I just mean that Homer's
The
just like,
protesters
yeah,
started.
it's fine. Just let them keep doing what they're doing. I deserve this.
So Homer reveals that they were running his whole life as he talks to Marge in bed and says he's counting on her to say something or do something to make it better. And Homer's looking very anxious about what she's got to say, and Marge reveals she's spoken to the indignation coordinator on the lawn, but
It's a great title.
it was no good. But apart from standing by him and supporting him, there isn't anything else she can do. Homer realizes he's on his own and starts weeping, and he calls out for God to help him and goes, "Help me, God." The phone then rings, and Homer very tentatively answers it. And hello, and The bit I love about this is the voice of this guy is the voice that they use for God.
Oh, that's
is it
great.
really?
Oh,
It is.
That's hilarious.
Oh, really? Nice.
This is
So
God.
the voice,
Free.
Free Jones. So they talk about he's representing the TV show Rock Bottom and want to help him. And Homer goes, "Oh yes, I remember your thing with the Sasquatch. It was very fair and even-handed." And Homer agrees to do it. Then we see Homer doing the interview, and he's explaining his side of the story, which he's talking about what actually happened. And then he starts thinking about the candy, unfortunately, which leads to his unfortunate facial expressions. And Godfrey stops him and tells him that they've got everything they need. And Homer then asks if he can be introduced to Sasquatch. He says there's some awkward running away in the background.
Someone runs away. I thought that was really odd. I'm guessing this is all a reference to something.
I'm guessing whoever that was might have been the Sasquatch.
The rock bottom thing is a reference to a TV show called Hard Copy, which I don't know if Fixxxer might be aware of this. Certainly something I've never come across before in my life. But yeah, it's the program that is depicted here is like I think very much their style of thing.
Yeah, that's a very common type of show. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen Hard Copy myself, but yeah, that was typical like bullshit type interviews.
So Homer's excited on the sofa because the bouncing ball of justice.
The
And,
bouncing ball of justice.
So the Rock Bottom episode starts, and they reveal they're going undercover at a sex farm for sex hookers. And the farmer is interviewed and says he's just going sorghum here, and the man asking where the hookers are. And he goes, round back. And he goes,
Oops.
whoops. But then they cut to a photo of Ashley at her graduation, and then we get the slow motion of Homer looking very sinister, reaching for his car keys, as he's described as a grossly overweighted pervert who gave her a crash course in depravity, babysitter and the beast. Homer has enough knowledge to go, crap.
Yeah, so that doesn't sound good.
We then get a very edited, spliced together photo of Homer talking about noticing
Sweet
Ashley was sitting on a
can.
can, and how he reached for a sweet can, and eventually this cuts to Godfrey Jones going, "So you're admitting you grabbed a can? Do you have anything to say in your defense?" And they pause it on the picture of Homer.
I
drooling
love
about
the
gummy.
scan line as well.
Oh, the clock. Did you know?
Yeah, the clock in the background
Yeah.
was moving back and
Yes.
forth constantly between shots. Yeah, which is also weird because you saw the interview with them in the first place, and
That took
like,
no time
the
at
clock
all.
did not change because it was just like a few sentences. Yeah, so doesn't quite follow, but it's very fun.
So we get end of that shot of Homer on his lustful face, and Godfrey tells him that his silence is only incriminating him further. And then we cut back to the shot of Homer, and then Godfrey Jones starts panicking. Going, "No, don't take your anger out on me. No, Mr. Simpson, no."
Have you also seen
Then-
that in those shots, Godfrey is outside all of a sudden? So
Oh yeah,
he's also like changed location during this interview.
And then we get the disclaimer of dramatization may not have happened.
Yeah, dramatization may not have happened.
Homer turns off the TV and tells the kids everything's going to be fine. Go pack their bags because they're going to start a new life under the sea.
love
We-
this so much.
We then get to this flash, this fantasy of Homer and the kids on the sea. The kids are playing the fish-like instruments, and Homer starts singing the song of "Under the Sea, there'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans," which is the best rhymes I've ever heard. And we then see Homer just start to eat all the fish. And
As
the
you
ending
do.
shot is just him with all the fish skeletons floating around him. Cut back to the present day, and Marge tells him that's his solution to everything, to go under the sea, and then
It's
says
not gonna
it's
happen."
not going to happen. Homer's response to this is, "Not with that attitude."
That's a line I use surprisingly often.
Marge says that the whole thing may blow over, but at which point helicopters arrive because the news crews have arrived. Homer then says he didn't blow over because nothing ever blows over for him. At that point, his car blows over in the driveway.
That was good.
We then see Homer the next day getting out of the shower, and he's being filmed by a helicopter crew. He panics and falls over in the camera, and photos taken of him. This is spun by the newsman to say that Homer sleeps nude in an oxygen tent, which gives him sexual powers.
That's
Homer's
a
response
half
to that is,
truth.
"That's a half truth."
Which half?
I just loved the way the news reporter said it. Sexual powers.
We then cut to Homer changing the channel, and there's just a woman crying on a talk show saying she doesn't know Homer, she's never met him or had any contact with him, but she can't go on. And the host goes, "That's okay, your tears say more than any real evidence could."
Yep.
And then we cut to Ben, which is mothers and runaway daughters being reunited by their hatred of Homer Simpson.
So intense.
And then the host comes out, which Ben is a bear with a helmet on his head with a microphone. And Bear starts taking some questions, which includes one woman saying that we need less Homer Simpsons and more money for public schools, which gets some applause. The woman tries to ask a question, but Bear goes straight over to the snack table. He knocks over his handler, who tries to stop him, and the animal control team, which are called Ben Control, come, shoot him with tranquilizers, and Bear kind of stumbles around and is just as he's about to fall onto the audience, the screen goes black, and we just get that screenshot of Ben holding that
one of the
woman's
great
hand.
classic Simpsons technical difficulties cards. Yep.
We then cut to Fox Night at the Movies, which is Homer S. Portrait of an Ass Grabber, starring Dennis Franz.
Ooh,
Portrait.
portrait.
Sounds classy.
That has to ask the family, doesn't it? I should also point out at this point, Dennis Franz actually is himself in this.
Oh, this is literally Dennis Franz.
That's
yes.
great.
So it's a very dramatized film of Homer driving around very sinisterly, and Ashley saying, "Don't run over the cat," because it's a living creature, and
I don't
care. And
care.
we just hear the noise of the cat running, and then Homer goes, he's going to grab some sweet, and we get the zoom in on Ashley's arse, just in case you wondered what he was about. And she says it's sexual harassment, and she'll yell for the whole country will yell.
With the man in the White House? I don't think so.
We get some very sinister laughter. This prompts Homer to change the channel, and we're on Kent Brockman doing hour 57 of the live round-the-clock coverage of the Simpsons house. And you can tune in at 8 for the highlights, which include when the garbage man came and when Marge put the cat out, possibly because it was harassed.
We don't know.
Then the infrared heat-sensitive camera comes on, and we can see clearly Homer and the family on the sofa despairing, but Kent Brockman instead focuses on on the oven because the technology is new to him.
Stupid.
So he wonders why Homer is... temperature has risen to 400 degrees as he's stewing his own juices.
Just rotating slowly.
Slowly rotating.
So we then go to the phone-in poll, and 95% of people think he's guilty, and Homer says that this is just a television poll, so it's not legally binding, unless Proposition 304 passes, and we all pray it does. Homer is upset because he doesn't have a friend in the world, at which point all of Homer's friends show up, and Homer thinks it's a miracle, but Moe and his friends are just there because they know the real Homer, and they want to start bidding war to see if they can sell the information. It starts at 10 Gs, and
Another good subversion of expectations kind of gag. It was great. I
Mhm.
love this.
Homer asks for a hug, and everyone awkwardly hugs him, and Homer asks about the hesitation, and the kids say they do believe him, but it's hard not to listen to the TV because it spent so much more time racing him than he did. Homer walks upstairs dejected, and the kids hug the TV. We then see Homer upstairs shouting, "Are you hugging that
hugging
TV?"
the TV? My dad loves yelling that. Whenever he goes out of the room, whenever I go visit my
How
dad,
often are you hugging the TV, though?
I plead the fifth.
More. So we got to Homer looking very depressed in bed, and David Letterman is saying that the number one reference that he's going to run into the ground is Homer Simpson. This prompts Homer to change the channel, and we see that Bumblebee Man is sniffing a flower. He gets his arse pinched and declares it's Homer Simpson, and he's been molestado
Molestado.
as the flower wilts. And Homer says he likes it better when they're not making fun of people that aren't him.
Yeah,
He puts the evening on the improv on because they don't talk about anything beyond the 1980s. Case in point proved by the comedian talking about if Mr. T and E.T. had a baby. And it'd be like, pay the fool who'll call home. And Homer goes, ooh, I wouldn't like to be Mr. T right now. The kids run in, and Marge says they have a good idea to clear him. And Lisa points out that the media don't care about making a monster because it's all about entertainment. And she says, you've got to go on somewhere that doesn't even know the meaning of the word entertainment. Public access television.
Yeah.
Is this a thing in the States? I've never heard of it over here.
yes.
Oh yeah.
This is the thing where you can just go and like make your own TV show
Yeah,
and broadcast
that's what
it.
Wayne's World was based on.
Okay.
Was two people having a public access television show.
Yeah, you can go to your local public access and talk to them about what you want to do and whatnot. It's not like an automatic thing, but let's just say their standards aren't very high.
Well, it's not just a booth that you walk into like here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Interesting.
Homer thinks that it'll look crummy, but Marge says they'll dress it up with a fur and a folding chair. And the most decorative thing of all, the truth. Everyone just looks at it like, what the hell? So we cut to the studio, and Abe is putting a flag up, and Marge points out there's only 49 stars, and Abe says he'll be in the cold, cold ground before he recognizes Missouri.
I did count the stars, and what they said was on there was not on there. I was upset.
Oh, how many stars are on there?
There was I think there was 43 or something like that. So it wasn't even close.
That's even funnier, actually.
Yeah, they corrected it, but they got it wrong too, which I'm sure was intentional. But I laughed.
Missouri's a very big state. Okay, it counts for a lot of stars.
Lisa begins the broadcast of the Innocence Report, and Homer says, I'm Homer Simpson, or as you wags have dubbed me, Father Goose.
Which,
what?
when, how, why?
Homer starts explaining that he didn't do anything wrong, and he says he's done a lot of terrible things in his life, but harassing women wasn't one of them. He starts talking about the time that he was watching this race with stupid old-timey bikes with big wheels in front. He thought, so he talks about throwing a cinder block, a Matt classic, but Marge has to cut him off and goes, "Oh, I've got to go."
You say a
Innocent.
Matt classic? When have I harassed a biker?
Well, you were throwing irons.
Oh,
That's the reason
okay,
you might
I
have thrown a
get you
cinder
now.
block.
All right, yeah, fair enough.
The family are proud of him, and the squeaky voice teen says that the switchboards are lighting up, and
That's the most calls we've ever had.
it's revealed that that is actually 2 calls, one of which is Janice doesn't live there, and he is interested in long-distance saving.
Very interested.
We then cut to Homer making frozen Prozac at home, because it's his only comfort.
Needs more ice cream.
Doorbell rings, and a man is on a penny farthing bicycle. says,
So you don't like
the
old-timey
bikes,
bikes, eh? Cake.
And just full-on kicks Homer in the face.
That was my favorite bit in this episode.
It's a great bit, and it's the return of my favorite actor. Next up, Funsville. Love it.
Wise guy.
I love that guy. Next up, Funsville. I just love that voice. That voice is very entertaining for me.
The doorbell rings again, and groundskeeper Willie is here. And groundskeeper Willie reveals that he loves filming amateur videos, and Homer's is the most amateur he's ever seen. He reveals that he likes videotaping couples in a car, and he can't come forward because in this country it makes him look like a pervert. Then reveals that every single Scottish person does it.
Scotsman does it. As a son of a man raised in Scotland, I can confirm it is true.
Yeah.
Every Scotsman does that.
So we cut to Willie showing the tape, and he inadvertently shows Mayor Quimby first, and then we get the footage of Homer actually reaching for the Venus de Milo, and Marge says Lisa says this clears him completely. And Marge says the cards might not work, but as long as everyone is videotaping everyone else, justice will be done.
Which is just like fascinating, given that like we are now in an era where everyone is videotaping everyone else with like either fucking video glasses and video doorbells and just attaching cameras to literally everything.
And now the law doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it's just a real fascinating little line in this year of our Lord 2026.
Ashley is shown the footage, and Ashley says that she thought Homer was an animal, but his daughter said he was a decent man. She then says, "I guess you were right," and Homer's response is, "You're both right." Then we come back to Rock Bottom, and Godfrey Jones says that sometimes in the mad pursuit for a scoop, we make mistakes. He then has the following corrections. We get a long line of what the corrections
I
are.
forgot to pause. I didn't reach over in time to pause. Did anyone pause to see any of the good
Bolts,
ones?
you must have a life. Because when I paused, it paused on, if you're reading this, you have no life.
Amazing. I know.
Oh, really?
There's a great one. There's a great one in BoJack Horseman that does that. Where a guy is like holding up a T-shirt in the background, and if you pause, it says, "Unpause and just watch the show," which is great.
That's amazing.
To be fair, I didn't, but like now that I'm going, because you can obviously get all this on Frinkiac, and I'm going through it, and there's some very good ones in there. Like, our viewers not pathetic, sexless food tubes.
Fucking hell.
Bullets do not bounce off of fat guys.
False.
That's good to know. So Bart reads his own, which is V8 juice isn't 1/8 gasoline, and Homer shocked to learn that Ted Koppel is a robot. Homer's own name is there, and the kids cheer. But tomorrow night on Rock Bottom, we've got Willie, and Willie is dubbed Rowdy Roddy Peeper, which got a chuckle out of me. And Homer's response is, "Oh, that man is sick." Marge has to point out that he saved him, and Homer goes, "Listen to that music, he's evil."
Yeah, that's true. Music is very effective.
So Marge asks him if the experience hasn't taught him anything, and Homer says, "I have
I've
not learned
nothing.
a thing." So the family walk off completely disgruntled, and Homer looks around and then hugs the TV and goes, "Let's never fight again."
It's like he didn't even fight with the TV. It's so silly.
The TV was broadcasting all the bad things about him.
You know what? That's true. That's true. I apologize.
So what did we think?
Oh, this is great. This is a great episode. Absolutely fantastic. I really, really liked this episode. Simple, a lot of good jokes. It's very 90s. I think it needs a certain headspace, like, to enjoy in the modern era. But I think it's a very classic episode of Simpsons, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely a classic. A lot of good gags, but yeah, it has It has aged a certain way.
I think we'll get into it in the society bit.
We
but
will
yeah.
get into that, yes, yeah. We have a space for that one.
Fixxxer.
Fixxxer?
Yeah, I think I'm on the same wavelength as you guys. It is a very 90s episode, and some stuff did not age well. So, yeah, I have a feeling we'll talk a lot about that at the end.
Michael,
Yeah, I like
any
this episode.
specifics?
I like this episode. It's the candy convention stuff. Oh, really made me laugh.
Yeah.
This was the first time in a while that we've had a Simpsons that's like opening skit, which for one was quite long, but was really good. You know, because it's been a while since we've had a really, really good opening skit. But yeah,
I mean, with like did you guys have Lucky Charms when you were little? Is that the cereal?
No, I just meant the whole candy, because the candy thing isn't relevant to the plot.
Right.
Beyond him acquiring the Venus de Milo.
There is fully 6 minutes of candy before we get to any alleged sexual harassment,
which happens a lot in
Simpsons. The core of the plot.
But like the whole Homer getting drunk at the house party and harassing Maude isn't really relevant to the plot of that episode, but it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it is something that I think of as being a very classically Simpson style of having the first like quarter or so or more of the episode be absolutely irrelevant to the actual plot they're trying to set up. And yeah, I don't feel like that has happened in a hot minute.
Yeah. All right, should we move on to our Homers?
Sure.
I gave it a Pop Rocks Pop combo grenade out of Homer. Explosive.
Okay.
I gave it wax lips out of Homer because it had 1,000 ways to amuse me.
That's clever, that. I love that. That was great.
Very good. Such as?
I believe Michael's needed downstairs.
I'm peeking over to see if you've gone.
Nope, we're still here. You can pop back down. So fucking stupid. Fixxxer, what's your out of Homer?
I'm going to give it one green Venus de Milo out of Homer Simpson because I am hovering my finger over this add to cart on Etsy right now, and I am trying not to do it.
If you get it, please send pictures. Please send pictures. And then eat it. You've got to eat it. You can't just keep it.
What's the difference between a $27 one and a $15 one? I don't know.
Ooh.
Size?
Yeah, maybe.
No. I'm going to have to analyze this after this is done.
I'll buy one if you buy one.
Oh, God.
It's now a Mexican standoff of Venus de Milo.
This will be a perfect present for my girlfriend, so I think I'm gonna do it.
Excellent.
Incredible.
Shit, that means I have to buy one now.
I gave it a milk out of Homer because I thought it aged rather poorly.
Ooh, interesting.
But we will get there when we ask what it had to say about society.
Yeah, so I've got my usual paragraphs here. I think this was definitely our most analytical and satirical episode of Simpsons that we've had in a while. Like, it was very clearly trying to say something rather than a lot of episodes that we've managed to extrapolate from the jokes they made, whereas I think this was deliberately trying to make a commentary. I think the main thing it was going for at the time was the sensationalist news cycles and how quickly something could be blown out of proportion for views and ratings. But I don't think in the modern day a lot of people will use this episode to suit their own agendas, which I don't think the modern interpretation of this episode is what they were going for. I don't think this episode was as sinister as it comes across now. But I'll go into specifics.
I think you're completely on the money with that. It should be noted that the original episode pitch was more of a feminism-centric sort of theme behind it. And you can kind of feel this from the episode, but what it became was more of a critique of tabloid media. We've seen the Simpsons writers previously have plenty to say about their thoughts on the media. This is more of that. It's tabloidization. sensationalization, yeah, chasing ratings. I think that's still a thing. I don't know if it's done this way, but chasing ratings in the media is still definitely a thing.
I definitely think this episode is still relevant. Like, what this episode is saying is still relevant, but I don't think that's what people take from it now.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so, I mean, since, let's say, about 2017 and the Me Too movement, it feels hard to read this episode as anything other than saying a lot of sexual harassment claims are overblown. Yeah. Actually, it's a lot of things that men do to women.
That's exactly what I got. It's just, yes.
Yeah. It's just, oh, you just took it the wrong way. Yeah. Oh, it's just a harmless misunderstanding, and you blew it up in the media to ruin a man's life and a man's career. And I think that's a harmful takeaway, unfortunately. Yeah. That's what has not aged particularly well for me. That took the shine off an otherwise good episode.
I think, that's why I mentioned, I brought up the headspace thing, I think, because we've brought this up before, I think, again, we talked about it a lot with the Apu thing as well, that we did kind of land on, it's a lot more complicated, Apu was a lot more complicated than just, this was racist, because it wasn't, but it doesn't mean it was okay. And I think this episode is very similar, that I think there will be people now that look at this episode and go, yeah, that's why Me Too was bullshit. And if you believe that and listen to our show, done. On both accounts. And I think it is an episode that hasn't aged well unless you are media literate enough to watch this episode and understand that was not what they were going for,
There is some additional American context in this time in the early 90s. There were two really high-profile sexual harassment cases in America. This was the Anita Hill one, which was she was harassed by a Supreme Court justice. One of our Supreme Court justices in the early, Clarence Thomas versus Anita Hill. There was also the Woody Allen stuff happened in the early 90s.
Oh, fuck Woody Allen, man. I used to love that guy, and he is a bastard.
Right, and remember, a lot of people defended Woody Allen. Like, a lot of people did. They still do, but back then, it wasn't like people believed Woody Allen. Despite the fact that he's dating his daughter, that stuff aside, it was very big in the news back then. So I feel like that may have played a role of them tackling this.
Oh God, if that's true, that definitely changes my opinion, I think. And that's the thing, is it is complicated, but if I'd be interested in the original pitch for the episode that you mentioned, John, like if there's any details on that, I would be really, really fascinated to know them, because I'd be interested to know what feminist idea they were going for. But just the simple fact that there was a feminist pitch for this episode implies to me that it wasn't going to be in defense of Woody Allen, in defense of the Supreme Court justice kind of episode. But I don't know, The Simpsons was a product of its time, and sometimes that time was kind of sexist. So, hands in the air. I don't know.
I mean, details of that early draft are understandably light because it's a draft that never came to fruition. But from what was listed on Wikipedia, at any rate, from quoting Greg Daniels, the writer, is that it was based around Lisa and Homer having opposing ideas on feminism.
Okay.
But also, I'm sorry, I just to go back just a sec. Fixxxer, you absolutely flashbanged the absolute shit out to me when you said, oh yeah, Clarence Thomas. I'm like, wait, what? The guy who's currently Supreme Court Justice?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, no, that motherfucker's been in office since 1991. What the fuck?
Yeah.
That thing should have term limits. What the fuck?
Yeah. A lot of parts of the American government should have term limits.
Yeah, he's a problem these days.
He is a problem these days. Apparently he has always been a problem. Apparently he's been a problem since 1991?
Yes.
1991?
Well, I don't think it happened in 91. I think it came out because that's when he was nominated to be a judge, and that's when everybody's skeletons come out of the closet,
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly when it happened, but
yeah, the date 1991 I'm just picking as assumed office for his current incumbent role was October 1991.
yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Michael, do you have any opinions on what this episode said about society?
No, I think you've pretty much covered it all, really.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's definitely the episode above all others of Simpsons so far that you have to be in the right headspace. I think other ones would be like the Michael Jackson episode that you've just got to kind of put that stuff out of your mind while you watch it, because Stark Raving Dad is one of the best episodes of Simpsons, period. It's just a shame who it has in it, you know?
Yes. Yeah.
Who's in it? I don't know.
Michael Jackson.
Oh. So what I'm curious, after seeing this episode, I'm curious, part of the joke is Simpsons did it, right? For all media, it's like Simpsons did it because they have.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Surely Simpsons themselves have done this as well. And I wonder how they would handle a similar storyline in something a little bit more modern, in a more recent season.
I don't think anything modern would tackle this subject matter for fear of being misinterpreted one way or the other. I don't, because
yeah, you're right about that.
there is still sensationalist news. It does happen, but they would tackle it in any other way than a sexual harassment plotline because of that. Because there would be people on one side of the argument saying they're defending the harassers. There would be people on the other end saying they're condemning them, when in reality, it has nothing to do with sexual harassment. It is all about the news media. So I don't think anything modern would even bother. They would not touch it with a 10-foot pole.
You think Simpsons wouldn't touch it?
No, I think you're probably right.
Now? Absolutely not. I don't think Simpsons tackles anything. Simpsons is
I don't know, we've got another 31 seasons to find out.
I think Simpsons is the biggest fence sitter on the planet at this point.
Well, they didn't do anything about Apu, did they? So...
Yeah, they did. They got rid of him.
Yeah, well, they didn't tackle it, did they?
Oh, right, yeah, exactly. Instead of, addressing the issue, they just got rid of him.
Well,
I didn't know
they
that.
sort of lampshaded it in an episode somewhere.
A little bit, yeah.
I guess we'll find that eventually. There's, his cousin comes in and...
I love that potential gag. I know we're already running late, but the gag that the guy that played his cousin or nephew suggested, saying that when he says, you're like a white guy doing an impression of an Indian, and then cutting to actual Hank Azaria in the booth, would have been the funniest fucking gag, period. And
oh, it's been so good.
And that's the thing, is the guy that suggested that said that would have been all you needed to really address the issue. And I think absolutely that would have been so fucking funny.
That's a whiff. I'm with you on that.
100%. I thought that was such a good idea.
I'm guessing the idea of cutting to any kind of live action shot is probably just... I imagine they might have objected on the basis of that's not what we do.
Yeah,
this is
ruining the
cartoon.
artifice.
But it is such a good gag.
It's
though.
a great gag. If there was ever a time to cut to live action, it was that.
Yeah. Oh, well, also a specific point that the writers have noted is that the bear, Gentle Ben, with the microphone on its head, was lampooning talk shows because they believed that talk shows basically were just a microphone and an audience, and literally anybody could do it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Even a bear.
That is kind of true. Go watch Loose Women.
And that was in the Phil Donahue heyday back then too.
I'm not sure who that is, I'm afraid.
Oh, he was probably our biggest talk show host, where he's the one that kind of started oh, you guys like crazy shit. I'm going to give you some crazy shit. So he kind of paved the way for that.
Kind of like Dr. Phil kind of shit as well.
Yeah, although Dr. Phil's worse.
Dr. Phil's a dickhead.
Yeah.
Who also has sexual harassment allegations, as far as I'm aware, but take that with a pinch of salt.
God damn it. Does anybody not have sexual harassment allegations anymore?
Rick Moranis.
Yay, we like Rick Moranis.
Rick Moranis came out of retirement to do fucking Spaceballs 2. That's so bananas to me. That's so bananas. Don't make Spaceballs 2. It's not going to be the same without John Candy. Just don't do it, but it's too late now.
Just like not everything needs a sequel, for fuck's sake.
Even
You're not
being
looking forward to hologram John and Candy?
Oh if they do anything AI with John Candy, I will burn the theater down.
Oh, Josh
Like-
Gad is obviously Josh Gad. He's one of the. Do you know who Josh Gad is?
I love Josh Gad. He's very, very funny.
Oh, he's obviously going to be Barf's son, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
That's what I think too.
But it's even being self-aware with it, of being like, oh, calling it the quest for more money. It's like, yeah, but it still just is a shameless cash grab. That doesn't make it not a shameless cash grab. It just makes you self-aware of being a dick. Anyway, we should end this episode because now we're just hanging out.
Yeah, perhaps. Anybody got any more thoughts about society or speak now forever, hold your peace and whatnot?
No. I think we really have covered it all and managed to not go that over time.
Only somewhat. Only 25% over time. Right. We kind of did all the plugs up front, but anybody got anything bonus they want to burningly add before we depart, or shall I hand over to Michael to do the usual plugs for us?
If you are interested in more of my voice acting adventures, feel free to follow me on Blue Sky at Matt Perspective. That's mostly what I do on Blue Sky now, is post about any new projects that I'm in or just random ass thoughts. Just as an example, I posted today because I don't normally talk about my dreams, but last night I dreamed I was hanging out with Josh Strife Hayes and he told me about gamer subs while doing sick yo-yo tricks. I don't dream very often, so when I do, it tends to be bizarre. And that was...
You apparently have sponsored product placements in your
in
dreams.
my
What the
dreams,
fuck?
but the thing is
That's a Futurama gag.
the reason I got gamer subs was because Josh Strife Hayes advertises them all the time. So the dream was like relevant in that way. Like, so I don't know, but yeah, it was a weird dream. But yeah, like I said, I also post about my voice acting stuff and my thoughts on the absolute DC comic series because I have opinions. But beyond that, yeah, I mean, I stream with our friend Alzarath every Saturday and Sunday over on twitch.tv/Alzarath. Currently, we're playing through Baldur's Gate 2. I swear that's the last thing I'm going to say. I'm done.
Wait, is that the same Alzarath?
It is the same Alzarath.
Oh, cool beans. Say hi to Al for me.
I will.
Small world.
I'm going to do it
Yeah,
right
very
now.
small.
I'm going to find Al and message him and say, Fixxxer says hi.
Bam.
Fixxxer, got anything else you want to share?
The PWHL, which is the Pro Women's Hockey League in the United States, it is currently going on right now, and you can watch their games for free on YouTube. It's good stuff. If the Lisa playing hockey thing did something for you, check it out. It's pretty good.
Fixxxer, do you want to do like a tiny 10-minute video and we just watch them and then talk about them and then move on and never talk about it?
What, the PWHL?
Yeah, we'll just watch all the games, do 10-minute reviews of them and go, yep, that was cool, and then end it.
I did that with American football with Tulkus. Kind of.
Cool. Well, there's a new project for you both.
Yeah.
Because that's what I need, more projects.
Yeah, go watch the Cardiff Comets. They play at the Vindico Arena. It's free. You could just rock up, sit down, watch some hockey. It's pretty cool, pretty chill. They never win.
This episode's
Never
never
seen
going
him
to
win.
win.
Michael, take us out.
Oh dear. Thank you very much for listening. If you've somehow made it to the end of this podcast, well done. There may be some form of a reward, but probably not. But
The
I'll throw it
reward
out
is
there.
me.
As always, most of our stuff is on YouTube. But if you would like to listen to any of our older versions of our podcast, pre-season 4, I think we do have that available on Spotify and Apple as audio versions. John will one day give you the video versions on YouTube when society allows it, or when he's not climbing mountains. Please,
Or buying a house, or
real life.
all the other shit that's going on in my life. Yeah.
Please do consider following John's fundraiser. It's for a very worthy cause.
Absolutely.
Please check out Matt's video game trailer and consider supporting his work because it does mean an awful lot and it does look very cool. And please do give Fixxxer a follow and check out his stuff as a thank you for coming and spending almost close to 3 hours of his life with these idiots. He deserves some form of recognition.
And
for that.
$27 for a green gummy Venus de Milo.
I saw. That's the one I was looking at as well.
I gotta have the pillow, man.
Folks, he's bankrupted. Folks, he's bankrupted himself. Folks, he's bankrupted himself. Go give him a hand.
Oh, that's hilarious. Alan, you are both in this same server, so you could just talk to each other anyway.
Oh, I just now noticed.
Yeah, give Al Zaraf a follow too. I think he's on YouTube, right?
Absolutely, yes. YouTube.com/Alzarath, I think, is just straight up it. But I don't know. He's been on the show before. Go find the episodes with Al on. They're good.
He may also need money for expensive gummy bear shaped pillows.
That's entirely possible. Very much. Alrighty. I think we're done here.
Yeah,
2.5 hours. I've got to edit this shit. I think we're done. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks for having me.
Bye, everybody.